ordnance. What the fuck? What is that? Just guns? I'm pretty sure ordnance is just guns. When you talk about military ordnance, you're talking about things that fire bullets.
Ah, I thought I was talking...
Or just like a hardware material, like grenades, I think also count.
I don't know.
I could be wrong.
I heard that word in, like, Halo a lot, so...
Oh, that makes sense. I'm a draft dodger, so I don't know shit about the military.
This guy... I fucking hate drafts, you know?
Yeah.
So chilly.
And it is outside. It's quite cold and windy outside.
It is. Well, it's the time...
All day when I'm working outside for weeks.
First of all, it's that time of year. Second of all, get yourself indoors. I don't know what you're working outside for.
More like that time of queer. Am I right?
You're incorrect.
Oh, all right.
Nope. Just year would have been fine.
Grindhouse Movie Club, everyone.
You like working outside, do you? You're
as
an
a matter
outside
of fact,
boy?
I don't like it.
You'll love it.
You know what I like even worse, or even less, I guess is the appropriate way to say that, is when I'm technically inside because there's a roof, but there's no doors or windows, so it's just wide open wind tunnel holes.
Ah, so you're in a gazebo.
Gusting around me. You know, a gazebo has more airflow, therefore less of a targeted breeze. Like
what?
Okay, because it's just metal or wooden pillars around it, and then the inside of it's open.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a building that is mostly bricked, and the only things that are open are the holes that doors and windows would go in.
Oh.
So everything gets narrowed out, and there's one path. And that path is like a chute from hell. Dante's Inferno hell, because in Dante's Inferno, Satan is actually frozen.
And you also see his fucking swinging wiener in that game.
Yeah, you do. You get to see a lot of
that.
Well, it's
fucking,
a book before
that
it was
hanging donkey dick, just a swanging.
It does do that.
Just a wrecking ball of fucking meat.
And from memory, his gut was so large, there was still no way for him to see it.
You know what? I don't remember that. I've never even played the game. I just woke up one day and my brother was playing it, and there was just a swanging Satan. Red. That's right. Red as the day is long.
So you weren't awake for the boss that you have to fight, whose titties have holes in them.
Nah.
From which she plucks infants whose limbs are blades.
I'm gonna tell you, nah.
You missed out then.
I don't know.
No, you missed right out.
I feel like that should have come after the Satan wiener, because like
it's a tiered system of badness. Like,
is it not?
You'd rather see a Satan wiener than Cleopatra's open areolas with tongues? And
no,
babies come out of it?
The opposite.
Okay.
I'd rather like brush by that on my way out of the door. You know?
Whoa, all right. I was already leaving, so it's not that huge of a deal, but still gross.
Yeah, I don't care about what chest you're sitting on. You keep those titties to yourself.
What chest you're sitting on?
I don't know. Is it a video game? They're always sitting on chests, like a bird, and it's like his egg, a little titty. I don't know.
A little titty on a chest.
Little titty eggs.
Yeah.
Would the children come out of the titty? You just...
Well, no, they do that, but I don't know where the sitting part comes in.
Well, because it's a video game, and that's how you protect things. You sit on them. So you got to like kill the titty monster to get the chest. I haven't played that
I see
game.
What you're saying.
I'm just making it up as I go.
Well, it's not too far from the truth. Just think of God of War, but gross. Like, way more gross.
I've never played God of War, so...
Well, think of it, and then think of something more gross than the thing you have no idea what it is.
Okay, I'm thinking of...
A gross thing.
I'm thinking of, like...
Times 5.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, no. Wow, this is a rated P podcast for parental, so I can't describe.
It's rated P for as in you have to have children to listen?
That's
parental
right.
only.
That's right. That's
this is
right.
a podcast for parents.
So, when you're raising your baby, from just larvae to...
I don't know if that's what they call it, but I understand.
That's what they might as well be.
Yeah.
From like piglet to piglot, you don't want to coddle that child too much, you know? You just want to hit it just enough so that you're the parent and they're the baby. Remember that.
Yeah.
For life.
Especially when they're the baby. Yeah. Is when you want to get those in early.
Don't you ever forget that you're the fucking baby.
You ever try to house train a dog and it's 3 years old? It's fucking impossible. It's gonna piss and shit.
Yeah, that's an outdoor dog. That's a wild dog now. You just let it go.
That's a chain to a tree dog.
You might as well start over fresh with a new puppy, you know? That's the kind of dog where it just barks all day and night and people are like, well, what's wrong with that dog? And then you look in the backyard and it's chained to a tree and there's just like dirt. in a circle around the tree because that's all it can do.
In a concentric, in a spiral more so as he shortens his own leash by running around the tree over and over.
Oh yeah, and that tree's got just a spot where there's just nothing.
Yeah, and the bark on the tree, there's a spot with no bark because that's where the dog keeps hitting his face when he gets too excited.
What we're saying is that if you're doing that to if you got a dog like that, give that dog back to nature, you know?
I think people would be more upset if you abandoned a dog in the woods than a child at this point.
That may be true.
I think that might be where we're at.
Well, the thing
and
is,
I'll tell you,
like,
I'm fine with that.
You abandon a child in the woods, and like dogs are gonna take care of it.
That's true.
Whether they eat it or raise it
They're
as
gonna solve the problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, and then if you even abandon a dog in the woods, like it's dead. There's no way that dog's surviving.
Unless you didn't do it far enough away, in which case it just shows up and knocks on the door 2 days later.
Oh,
like, what the fuck, man?
We've all seen Homeward Bound.
Thought we were bros.
You can't get away. They know where San Francisco is.
The best part of Homeward Bound, I say this every time it comes up, is watching that young boy get trucked against the door.
I do like the getting trucked. There's also when that I think there's like doesn't a dog fall in a hole or something?
Yeah.
As it's running
like
down the
right
hill?
at the end.
Yeah,
the
it
kids
just
show up to
wipes
the
out.
fucking farm and they're on the other side of the field stoked because it's all 3 of them, including the cat that they chucked down the waterfall in a box.
Oh yeah.
And Chance is the black and white one, gets a little bit too excited and doesn't really look where he's going. And the way that I saw a video of a corgi doing this, where they got really excited and then tripped and slid out of frame across their lower jaw, like the rest of their body just up, and it's.
Well, thank God it's
and that's
grass.
basically what Chance does in Homeward Bound, and they just leave that shit in the movie.
Thanks, Disney.
Hey.
Also, that little boy getting his head clobbered.
Oh.
Disney. You could have been like, give the boy a second. Let's try that again without him getting a concussion.
Okay, if we do another take, the Child Screen Actors Guild is gonna fucking. I'm gonna get molested in the night by them.
Like that. That's like the worst thing, or the least worst thing that happened to that boy. It was just like every time they did a take, the dog just
humped him.
No, not even just humped him, just slammed him against the car door. Or worse.
Yeah, every time the dog is just unendingly excited to get out of the fucking van. And because you got to put the dog in the van and then you got to reset frame, so he's just sitting in there getting riled up probably because the frisbee's on the outside.
Oh yeah, they're probably teasing the hell out of that dog.
Yeah, so the second that door, it's like a banshee being unleashed in the night from its coffin.
God, what? Just go watch the movie. There's a lot of
the movie itself is pretty. I mean, if you're gonna watch a movie about animals going on an adventure that communicate with each other, Milo and Otis is way better.
I don't know about that one.
And if you want to see animals be put in situations where they could easily die or sometimes just die, Milo and Otis is still the better one.
I don't know, man.
They take that fucking cat, all right, and they plop him down on what honestly looks like, you know, in Mad Max when they're going back to Charlize Theron's fucking colony and they pass through like the mud shit with the stilt monsters.
Yeah, kinda.
Looks like that, but on the side of a volcano because there's like steam and sulfur bubbling. And they just make this cat walk through it. It's meowing visibly, like it's an upset one.
I don't want to. First of all, I don't want to watch it because cats and dogs will never be friends.
Oh yeah, you tell that to an orange tabby and a pug.
I will.
Pugs will be friends with any animal, anything really
anything
that doesn't scream as loud as it does,
or anything that just doesn't shoo it away because it's icky.
Listen, pugs are great. I don't care what anybody says.
Ugly. This is a fun way to pronounce that word. Nasty dogs, little shits.
Gruggly.
Stinking like
Which
fuck.
is a great name for a pug.
Gruggly. Gruggly the pugly.
Yeah.
The fugly
You give him a
pugly.
top hat and a monocle, he's ready
to go. And then you just put him in the trash.
So that he can eat and then feel full and then take a nap at your feet later.
Yeah, if he gets out of the bag. We'll see.
I throw a lot of leftovers away, so like a lot of the food in my garbage is still okay to consume, even for dogs who eat their own shit. So it's not like they're scrutinous.
Well, pugs are a garbage dog, regardless. That's where I was going with it. Well, what
any of the tiny ratty ones I hate way more.
Yeah.
Way more.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. There are a lot.
Yeah.
They're much dog. They have to make up. They have to make up for being so little.
Yeah. So they're just like, I'll do wolf brain, and that sucks.
Yeah, part of me will I just yap at every sound like I'm gonna intimidate it.
This is a piece of advice for anybody listening to the podcast, is that if you are of a kickable size, probably don't raise a stink.
Yeah. And then also don't raise a stink when you get kicked.
Yeah, 100% then.
You should know if you're the size of a football, like you're gonna run around feet.
If I was the size of a football and somebody kicked me when I was yelling, I'd be like, that makes sense.
Oh man, what did I do? What did I do that was wrong? It would be exactly what comes to mind. So what?
Well, thanks for Andrew for the intro song.
Let's thank Andrew for this, because he's gonna want to know that his name is right next to this podcast.
Very often, there's no way that he regrets having written that intro song.
Can't possibly have a regret, especially not ever when we do like good movies like this one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
good
thanks.
Movies like this one.
Thanks, Andrew, for the podcast theme song. Go to patreon.com/darkroastcult and sign up for $1, and you can hear this.
And that would be sick for you.
Yeah.
You'd be stoked on it like a Sunday morning.
You get to hear all the I don't know, things that seldom get cut out, but
this stupid sound check at the beginning of each of these.
Sometimes I leave those in.
I'm not surprised. People have to know what it's like to have two paranoid brains in the same room.
You get maybe one sound check out of like the 10,000 that we do.
Sometimes 2 an episode, honestly. Very often 2 an episode.
It's important. It's definitely important.
So is that all the plugs out of the way there?
Go to grindhousemovie.club. That's the website.
Yeah, it is.
Them's the plugs.
You can also email grindhousemovieclub@gmail.com.
You
if you have
can.
movie suggestions or a gripe about our opinions, like, feel free, dude.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'll write you an essay backing up everything I say.
And if you're like a scam email and you're just like, why don't you give me money so that I can do things for? Nah, just save it.
If you're a third-party social media platform and you'd love to advertise in this space,
no,
you hop in a rocket, you go to outer space, and then you open the door.
Yeah, or you go right to hell. You eat shit and you go right to hell.
Is that enough for the algorithm? Is the AI that determines who gets our email fucking slaked?
Oh God! Like if they even listen to the podcast, I mean, if they did, they would know now. But
yeah,
they probably listened to the first few words and like, well, I didn't hear a racism, so.
I mean, I said queer pretty early on this one.
You sure did. You sure did.
What fucking movie did I say queer before discussing with you this week?
Well, what you said, the movie we did,
Yeah.
and I'm sure what you meant to say was Queen of the Damned.
Oh, right. Yeah, the R and the N look so, if you're writing quick, they look so similar.
They actually really do. And
yeah, they do.
I just
Queer
kind
of the Damned.
just kind of scrawled it down because I was like, well, an hour and 40 minutes, there's going to be a lot of film here. I don't want to spend a lot of time penning out the title.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I don't want to miss any of the statty goodness.
Yeah, the movie that's
the
nearby.
Film.
The nearby film.
The movie happening on my screen, you know? I didn't want to miss any of the damned queen.
Of the damned queen.
I didn't want to.
Freddie Mercury.
Yikes. Because he's in hell? Because he's dead?
Yeah.
He might be in heaven. Who knows?
If you have AIDS, you go to hell.
Well, if you believe in either of those things, you're probably stupid.
That's also, that's a fair point.
Queen
of the Damned from 2002. Also
Queen of
known
the
as
Damned.
One Big Long Corn music video.
Yeah. So something you gotta know. It's really important to know about Lestat the vampire.
Yeah, there's a couple things that are important, but I want to know yours.
Well, first of all, when he sings, for some reason, he sounds an awful lot like, a
Jonathan Davis.
Who is most well known for being good pals with Chris Angel.
You know, what he's not most well known for is the cameo in this movie where he's a scalper.
I'm glad you also caught that.
I cannot There's no way I'm going to miss the iconic dread glasses and alcoholically fat face of Jonathan Davis. I'm going to see that and go, I know who that is.
I saw the glasses and I'm like, if that's not him, then somebody thought this would be funny.
I also heard his voice. He has a very unique voice.
Well, yeah.
It sounds like somebody's treating his vocal cords like a rubber band when he speaks.
Heard his voice the whole fucking movie.
You sure did, coming out of a different person who... So Jonathan Davis wrote...
Sure he did.
The songs that are performed by the band that Lestat fronts in this movie, and then he also sings them. So the guy playing Lestat is forced to lip sync, And I don't know if you noticed, but like probably 7 times he fucks the words up.
Hey, I don't
you
know.
had one job during this scene, and that was to memorize a couple verses.
You know
they
what?
don't even play a whole song.
I absolutely didn't notice because I'm not about to sit here and watch a grown man lip sync. That's not that. I'm good. I get it.
Hates Milli Vanilli over here.
So it's not only Korn, but like at one point he's also Marilyn Manson.
You know what's fucked up? That's still Jonathan Davis. That's Jonathan Davis doing his best impression of Marilyn Manson. Because it's part of the same song where once he screams, it's immediately Jonathan Davis.
Well,
it tripped me out. I had to listen to it like 4 times.
The song is Redeemer, and it's by Marilyn Manson.
Is it?
I've been listening to it for a long time.
That's
and
interesting.
I think it was made for this movie, and
yes.
and I just like happened to have I downloaded like some like, oh, here's the rare B-sides.
Shit. Which fucking I might be thinking of a different song where it sounds like him at the
This
beginning.
one's called Redeemer, and it's like, the hunger inside given to me makes me what I am.
So it was him.
Always inside given me.
I love how on the nose those lyrics were specifically. For fuck's sake, like just the lyrics might as well be "I'm a vampire." It's tough. Those are the whole lyrics. Static X wrote a song for this. The song is called "Cold."
And did they play it? Because I didn't hear
like
it.
a vampire. Oh yeah, they play it right when Lestat climbs a wall like a vampire, just in case you weren't sure if he was one yet.
Ah, Jesus. Also, I mean, Disturbed. Disturbed's here.
Well,
nobody gives a fuck though.
You know what?
Nobody gave a fuck. Disturbed was playing.
There is a character in this movie named Jesse who's very down with the sickness. If the sickness is vampirism.
If the sickness is a cold dead cock.
Yeah.
Up in her vagagoo.
And tongue.
Blah, blah, blah.
And whatever other hole. You got 2 sentences or less for Queen of the Damned?
Yeah. What did I? Oh God, there was a couple. One was fucking. some about like. This is what a 60-year-old woman would find scary is like rock and roll.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that this is a fucking Anne Rice book, and when this was written, she was 60 years old. I looked it up. So she's like, yeah.
There's so many fucked up things about the fact that Anne Rice was 60 when she wrote this.
And it's Anne Rice, not Anne
How
Rule.
old? So just out of curiosity, how old was she when she wrote Interview, the movie with the 10-year-old?
I have no idea.
The movie with 10-year-old Kirsten Dunst getting fucked by everyone.
Well, the thing is that these are books. And I think they made them into movies.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like
she's 10 in the book, but like
that's still it's not
she's
good.
like 100-year-old person trapped in a 10-year-old girl's body.
I'll tell you what, I didn't see it.
And like there's a part where Brad Pitt's character, who is I think Lestat, but I could be wrong because I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, he's in that movie.
Yeah, they get a little too close.
Well, I'll tell you what. Fucking fuck that movie. All right, I don't know. I don't want to know a damn thing about that sicko movie. All right. In this movie, you get what are they? Hey, Anne Rice, what, if you were to, I mean, I know you wrote this, and like, yeah, he's a singer. What did you have in mind? Well, you know what I had in mind was fucking Jonathan Davis from Korn. I always figured Lestat would sound just like Korn.
Korn, a band that Anne Rice probably never listened to.
Oh, God, she's
dead.
a fucking huge Korn fan.
She would have been dead as fuck. Yeah, Maze. Loves Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because she's probably white.
Yeah, she's as old as Pilgrims.
Fucking, how Korn found a new lead singer was another one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Tryout is just him at a bunch of meth addicts in his own house.
And then he never does that vocal range sound. He never sings again. It's always just like, my name's Jonathan Davis, and not once.
The movie would have been 10 times better.
Oh, fuck yeah.
If he just started Jonathan Davis beatboxing.
What if, so like, instead of it being a metal band, it was actually like a jazz band and he had to scat, like, then he just, wake him up. Okay, so wake him up like 10, 30 years earlier and it's like a jazz band playing it.
Right.
And he's like, guys, listen, I'm about to blow your mind. And then he fucking scats so good. And they're just like, wow.
Damn, I could do the Charleston of this.
This is Louisiana. Let's get some jazz cabbage. I don't know what.
Is it jazz cabbage?
Jazz cabbage.
That's just weed.
That is weed. that's what that is. Yeah.
I've never heard anybody call it that.
Well, now you have. All right, fucking. What was your 2 sentences or less? Tell me. I want to know them.
POV. You're halfway through a vampire movie in the Y2K era, and you've already seen a dozen people fuck each other with blood hickeys to Limp Bizkit's Break Stuff.
That's pretty accurate. Wow.
I wrote that when I was halfway through the movie because that is what I experienced up to that point.
Smart. Yeah. That's the whole film, so it's wild.
Yeah, no, it doesn't change in the latter half. It's more of the same.
This movie fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spoil it right away.
No, it sucks.
I hated it.
It's bad.
It's a
not
bad
a good movie.
This is what a 60-year-old woman thinks is scary.
I wrote a shitload while I was watching this movie.
Sorry.
Because I spent a great majority of it trying to connect dots that didn't exist. There were no dots. And if there were, they certainly weren't in a matrix. I was trying to like find the metaphors and the like analogies and shit because I knew it was based on a book written by the same woman that wrote Interview with a Vampire.
She wrote a lot of vampire books.
Yeah, this is the Maeve Binchy of vampire books.
Basically.
Let me tell you, this bitch wants to be one so bad. There are like 3 characters in this movie that are just self-inserts.
Are there?
And it's basically Anne Rice being like, "Man, I wish this would happen to me."
Any
professor where a vampire shows up and then just talks, because that is an interview as well.
Oh.
Any lusty woman who's like, I want to be one. So the main character in the movie is basically just Anne Rice's fantasy. It's the Stephanie Meyer of fucking vampire books.
Oh yeah, and my other one was Rock and Roll Twilight. That's what the fuck. This is fucking Rock and Roll Twilight.
New Metal Twilight. Fuck
yeah. If Edward had worn a backwards red baseball cap, this would be it right here.
Yeah. Fred Durst is suing his record label for $20 million.
Good. I hope he gets it.
Because I guess he hired some outside reps, and they were like, "There's probably like $20 million in residuals they haven't given you." And he was like, "Oh, probably? Okay, let's go to court."
Good. All right. I want my $20 million too.
Yeah, it's not. They found like $1 million.
Hey.
And he's like, "All right, how about 20?"
How about it?
Well, they don't like that.
Well, yeah, no, they're probably breaking stuff.
Which, I mean, they should owe him money for.
They're probably
if they
rolling.
Call it that.
You know, they're probably rolling up and breaking stuff. Nookie.
I'm so happy you just said the name of another song. Boiler.
There you go. I'm kind of out. I'm kind of out of them right there. That's
My Generation.
Oh yeah, my Jija generation.
Sour.
Okay, don't know that one.
Faith, which is the cover of what's that? Wham.
Oh Christ.
George Michael's.
Gotta have faith.
Yeah. Or just George Michael, because I don't think there's 2 of them.
No, I think it was George Michael's. I'm pretty sure.
Are you? Okay.
Well, he's dead anyway. So.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No,
What's he gonna do? Call me about it?
Now there isn't even one.
There's got to be one. Oh, no, Michael Cera's character in Arrested Development is timeless.
That's fair.
Right?
That's fair. I don't know. This movie sucks. Jay.
I don't know. Let's just get right into it. Opening credits.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Why does she? Immediately, you get to see somebody who's encased in carbonite, like Han Solo.
Yep.
And so I wrote, "This bitch is stoned."
Statue of the Queen ? Or of the Damned ?
You know a movie's gonna suck when it begins with narration and it's not. It's not made by Disney or DreamWorks.
Yeah. It's the second, because it's like, here I have. This is a thick book. All right. This is a big, thick book. I bet.
Hog of a book.
So let's get this fucking shitty actor playing Lestat out there.
Who is this even? Who's this person?
I call him Lestat because I've never seen him again. Who is he?
I mean, like, the actor is in nothing.
They can't lip sync for shit, and that's literally opening and closing your mouth.
That's true.
And then moving your tongue sometimes.
Ask Ashley Simpson.
And that isn't that crazy?
Hmm.
Did you know Ashley Simpson and Pete Wentz were married? Isn't that fucked?
It's not.
Think about that for a little bit.
I don't think it comes to me as a surprise. Because it's like Nick Lachey and Jessica, who's her older sister. 2 pop stars of the same genre. They just bang. That's all. It's happening all the time.
I don't know. It's when worlds collide.
When worlds collide.
I don't know whose worlds those are, but fucking Ashley Simpson.
This is the worlds of people who don't like music.
So fucking cast your eyes upon Lestat here.
Yeah.
He's been sleeping.
He's narrating his own introduction, which is basically him talking about how angsty he is about the fact that the people that he falls in love with die before he does. Yeah, because nobody on Earth wants to be Deadpool.
Nobody.
Are you fucked in the head?
Why
Don't
would
be
you,
a pussy. Skip a couple funerals.
or just cause your own? Like you're a vampire. What does it matter?
Yeah, behead your damn self.
Who cares?
I don't give a fuck. There's thousands of you, apparently.
Yeah. It's like So it's probably a huge book, and he's got to narrate all this shit so that they don't have to film like 7 chapters of him being like, "I'm a midlife vampire. I'm so lonely. Here's my crisis."
A pretty common thread throughout this movie is the absolute absence of context clues. You don't get to draw any conclusions for yourself and find out if you're right or not later on, because everything is just somebody takes an ice pick with what's happening and puts it through your eye to the back of your skull, just so you know what's going on. And in case you were wondering still, after sometimes literally the narration explains the scene you're about to watch, like a recap from Kitchen Nightmares, it's going to tell you like 4 more times also.
I'd like to think that Anne
How many
Rice.
fucking times does this guy go, "I'm the vampire Lestat"? Like 5 times in the movie?
Well, that maybe it's like being Prince. He's the artist formerly known as.
I would never have called Prince that, not once.
My name is I am the vampire Lestat.
Yeah.
Fucking write it out or don't write me.
His first name is The.
Yeah, I am.
And he does the middle, the formal middle. Because despite the fact that vampires hiss in this movie, everybody speaks as if they're British royalty.
Actually, everybody speaks as if they just put fake teeth in their mouth for the very first time.
That's true. Everybody's got a lisp. Every single vampire has a lisp.
And if they don't have a lisp, they've got a mouthful of fake teeth and they can't act with it. It's fucked. It's so fucked.
A lisp caused by the fake teeth.
Everybody in this movie is just this is what they sound like. Guys, I think I second right if I could, please. That's what the fuck they sound like.
Oh, fuck. Marius or whatever the fuck his name
Yeah,
is.
so you noticed it too.
Yeah, dude. That guy sucks at talking.
That guy sucks at being in films.
And who is he also?
Oh, just some guy. Some fucking guy. Who knows? Who gives a shit?
The only one I recognized was fucking Jessie, and that's because I know her from a movie where she's much younger. It's like the Goonies.
Well, I'll
she's
tell
in
you
the
what.
fucking Goonies or something.
I know nobody from any of this shit. Jonathan Davis is the only person.
You know Aaliyah.
Sure do. She's dead.
Who is, yep. She died in a plane crash right after they wrapped, basically, so she didn't even get to see the movie. That's why you get the in memory of.
Yeah. Well, I was like, yeah, dang. She must have right there.
She's also pretty famous for something else, which is at age 15. Marrying. R. Kelly. Who was. At the time.
I can't get any louder.
27. 27. They popularly also wrote a song. I don't know if they wrote it together. I doubt it. Put out a song as a couple called "Age Is Just a Number."
Oh no!
Let's get that out of the way.
Oh no!
And given the fact that Aaliyah in this movie as the queen of the damned belly dances just when she's walking, yeah, I'm not surprised she married R. Kelly at age 15. She walks like somebody who was forced to marry R. Kelly at age 15. Yep.
Yikes.
Anyway, I would say few people would describe waking up to nu metal as better than being asleep.
I mean,
certainly not somebody who went to bed into the 1700s.
Oh, yeah.
What is this horse-headed trash? I'm going back to bed.
Yeah, can you please stop the devil sounds? It's the fucking 1700s. Still?
I like that. That's what he's like. So I heard I was awoken by the sultry sounds of Slipknot, and I thought, man, this is the world I want to be a part of.
Oh yeah, thank God I woke up to this band. First of all, this band. What kind of band? A. Forms without a lead singer.
One that is not successful, nor will be.
Well, yeah, one that has to break into old shitty houses and fucking play their generic sounding rock music
with meth. Also, yeah. Lestat says that part of the reason he went to sleep for centuries was because he was sick of living in the shadows. and hiding from humanity.
Oh, yes.
So when he wakes up and brings out his violin because he wants to be a part of the modern era, even though those two things don't go together, nobody has fucking gone to an orchestra. This movie's made in 2002. Nobody's been to an orchestra or enjoyed violin music for like 50 years at this point.
There hasn't been a violin made in like 20.
Yeah.
At least 20 years.
I refuse to believe he was ever hiding in the shadows given the Epstein mansion he lived in. Holy fuck, you could see his house from space.
The dude has a goddamn graveyard in his front yard.
I didn't realize that was his yard. I thought it was just a cemetery that he chose to take a nap in.
Yeah, so did I. But apparently he could hear the rock music from there. And then, so in between waking up and then confronting this band, he also walks down to the docks, down to the pier to do in a man.
To kill a black man.
And then he goes...
It's like, I'm not used to seeing you guys out and about.
Fucking racist.
It's 1788 in my head.
Yeah, so for some reason we get a shot of him down by the pier doing in a guy, and then he goes back to his house to be like, listen, rock band.
He also sucks that guy's blood in broad nightlight. Like, when I say nightlight, I mean illuminated by a shipyard worth of lights.
Oh,
It might as well be noon.
This guy, he's so fucking good at draining semen down by the dock that nobody questions him.
Given the fact that everybody fucking comes every time they drink blood in this movie, it probably is semen.
Yeah, this feels like it would have been a really awkward film to be a part of.
Holy fuck.
So we get this band just shittily playing.
Squatting in a man's house.
Squatting,
and
yes.
making enough noise to be evicted for trespassing, but somehow just existing. Enough to get a whole studio's worth of instruments in there also.
Oh, yeah.
Which, how have you not hawked those for meth?
How?
It's baffling.
So he sings along to their music, I guess.
Why wouldn't you just have your coffin in the basement of your house? That way when intruders show up, you could just like, whoops, okay, now I'm tired again. That was the sound of him eating intruders.
Well, here's the thing, all right? So we're in Louisiana.
Sure.
There's no basements. The ground's too soft.
Oh, the water table's too high.
There you go.
Which is why they also just put their coffins frighteningly above ground, standing up. Like, the door's open and you just waltz out, like coming out of a Stargate.
Anytime you're in Louisiana, you're one slab of concrete away from a dead body.
That's right. Good God.
So that's that's what I'm saying. Like, so this cemetery is like in his backyard or something. Like, it must be part of his house at least.
Either that or he's got great hearing for shit music.
Yeah. Yep.
He's just walking down the street and he's like, Celine Dion's playing.
So they're like, oh, who's this guy who just showed up? And he's like, listen, I'm the vampire Lestat. Immediately breaking the vampire code.
Mm-hmm. No, that's what he does. Yep. He doesn't give a fuck about that code. That was sort of the whole point.
All right, look. Here's the movie. Here's the whole movie.
Yeah.
Marius over here, he's like, listen, you gotta be fucking discreet. And Lestat's like, no! End of film.
That's the whole movie. That's exactly the movie.
That's the fucking film. That's the whole film.
It would be one thing if he just outed himself as a vampire to the 3 crackheads living in his house temporarily. But no, I'm going on TV right after this. As a matter of fact, the first voice that you hear is like, it's Jonathan Davis's.
Oh, yeah, it is.
But it's during like a hymn end credits sequence. Like the last 30 seconds of a hymn music video.
Oh, yeah, where
That's
it's like...
The other thing, too, is that like... he forms this fucking band right away.
Yeah. You're in my band and I'm going to make your dreams come true now. That's what happens.
And then right to a press conference, basically.
Oh, yeah, no time at all.
Which I have questions. And now this is the part where I start poking holes in this movie.
No.
This airtight film.
This movie is the plastic that holds soda cans together in a 24-pack.
Yeah, because you could just wrapped around sea turtles' throats.
I was thinking because you could just poke your finger through it.
You sure can. Oh, you meant the whole wrap, not just the can topper.
Oh yeah, no.
Cut up if you care about the environment.
This movie is the plastic wrap around like a bundle of toilet paper, because you can also poke your finger through that too. I poked my finger in a lot of things as a kid.
So there's a couple things that I want answers. I have a couple cues that maybe you could provide me A's.
Oh boy, I'll fill your A full of Q's. Q balls.
When did they have enough time to become famous enough to warrant a press conference in a room full of reporters? There were more reporters in this scene than were at Ground Zero on 9/11, like that week.
I'll tell you what. There's more reporters in this room than if Jonathan Davis from Korn himself was to put on a press conference.
That's right. Here's the thing about bands and music, okay? You can't just put out 2 music videos on fucking Much Loud. And also, because the internet? Are you sure? Because it's 2002. Where'd you break out? IRC?
Oh, man.
AOL Messenger be popping off with Lestat, the band.
We got hot on Kazaa. Then we moved to LimeWire.
Holy fuck.
Number 1 thing pirated on Share Bear.
So there's no fucking way that you, in the time that you've been awake, which is like a week probably, because you would have to practice some songs, have enough of a following to warrant a one-time live show in Death Valley, California, aka where Charles Manson's ranch was.
Yeah.
Nobody's going out into the middle of the fucking desert when you haven't, in this press conference, he's not even there. He's on TV. He's on a big projector screen. And you do not get this popular unless you've shown yourself more than just in footage. Ask Sasquatch.
That's fair. That's fair.
People have seen that thing in person. I mean, they claim to anyway.
It's probably just a dude stuck in a monkey suit, honestly.
And then, so like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make a fucking lick of sense that he's being so like exclusive about it, because where are you getting your popularity from up to this point? Like, even Hitler wrote a book first.
He sure did.
Before he got famous, he wrote a fucking book and went to jail.
Did a few paintings.
Hitler.
Couple paintings there. Well, how about this? I'm still on the Louisiana thing. How come none of these people sound like Gambit from X-Men? How come none of them are so French you can't fucking stand them?
Because Channing Tatum can't do a fucking patois worth of shit.
Oh, he
it's
can.
Not even patois, it's Creole.
He's so fucking good at it.
Now, I did enjoy that.
Oh, he's so
that's
good.
Its own thing.
Loved it.
I watched Deadpool vs. Wolverine like 2 weeks ago.
It's so good.
It's good.
It's really good.
I hate superhero movies. It's not bad at all.
Oh, the Deadpool ones, they're all good. I enjoyed especially this one where Chris Evans was fucking Human Torch.
Yes.
That was so good.
I'm fine with it. Yeah, Blade.
Oh yeah, Blade's in it. I fucking forgot about Blade.
All I had to say to like 3 people was Blade's in it and it's Wesley Snipes.
Blade's in it. It's Wesley Snipes, and I bet you they make another Blade movie.
Well, after writing that movie, let's talk about a better movie than Queen of the Damned.
Yeah, let's talk about another. Yeah. So what?
When right in the movie he says there'll only ever be one Blade. Well,
yeah.
Either he dies or you just you can't make a Blade again.
That's fair. Honestly, I bet they do make a Blade.
Yeah, it better be while he's still alive.
Is his this fucking what do you call it? Because obviously he's been to jail because he didn't pay his taxes on the first 3 Blades. The statute of limitations is up. Is he allowed to fucking be Blade again?
Yeah. I think there's no problem with him being Blade. It's a miracle that Disney let them do half the shit they did in that movie. I don't understand how they did that.
Mention cocaine every 5 minutes. Loved it.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's your workaround. It's like, we can't show him snorting. Oh, he'll just talk about it a lot then.
Oh boy,
like
yeah.
A lot.
And oh yeah, what can't we call it? Also, the whole list.
You call up S&P and give me the short list of what we can't say cocaine is, and then we'll get creative.
Fuck. The loophole is when you talk about it like this, you have to from a third-party perspective.
Right. That's fucking right.
Fucking all right.
Okay,
but back to the shittiest fucking. I don't want to say shittiest, but
we'll go. I wrote another thing. I was pissed off about the number of reporters in the fucking conference, so I wrote a bunch. This room is full of as many reporters as were at John Benet Ramsey's parents' press conference. You don't get those numbers unless a child goes missing right out of the gate.
Yikes! And being a rock star, I wouldn't be surprised if he made a couple disappear.
Yeah.
Shasha.
Yeah.
In his Epstein-style fucking mansion.
His Him and Marius both have Epstein mansions.
Marius has got a big, and his is
His pool room grosses me out, but it's the one with the statues in it.
Oh, right, and the black water? Yeah, it's pretty upsetting.
I want to point out that the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari's second opening credit sequence in one movie, the second one. Woo!
There's a second one?
Well, you get the bullshit at the very beginning.
Yeah, with the statues.
And then you get the Korn song.
Oh, right.
And the Korn song has the exact same melodic progression as their song Trash, which is off of the album Issues, which came out a year prior to this. So he wasn't trying.
I mean, he probably already was paid the money.
He's just like, I'll just write it again and change the words.
What's this? A fucking 60-year-old wrote a book about a vampire and it's not scary? I'll take that money up front, please. All right, let's just do that Marilyn Manson song Redeemer, and we'll make that a big part of the film.
Do fucking Redeemer.
Get Marilyn.
Most fucking on the nose lyrics. The goddamn clown nose.
Yeah, I'll give you a little Oh, well, I guess, yeah, okay, sorry. Those lyrics that I said, yeah, those are in the song.
Yeah.
The lyrics that she later is like, yeah, these are the lyrics to the song. Those are not the lyrics to the song.
Very different.
They're not even close. Not even
Great.
Fucking close.
Love it.
They're not
the complete lack of continuity in this movie also is great in the way that, like, story elements get set up and then just do nothing.
Yeah, it's
they
good.
just do nothing at all with them.
Well, it's a shitty movie. What do you expect?
Yeah.
So, this fucking press conference, they're like, hey, prove it. Prove you're a vampire. And and you fucking, all right, I'll prove it to you. I'll fuck you in your hotel room later.
Yeah.
That's
quite exactly what happens.
I'm going to start doing that to every question. Somebody questions me? Yeah, I'll fuck you later. How's that?
Yeah, how's that for proof?
Yeah, you think you don't believe me I'm a vampire? Oh, look at my fucking dick later.
Yeah, I got carded at the liquor store. Yeah, all right, I got your ID.
I'll fuck you later in your
Stands
hotel.
for insane dick.
And you're going to meet it later in your hotel room.
Can't help but notice that nobody at this press conference is questioning the sanity of the man on the big Wizard of Oz screen, claiming to suck blood for survival.
Yeah.
Nobody at this press conference is like, though, just because you got long canines.
It's all hype, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when when
nobody in a very popular nu metal band has ever claimed to be a vampire. That's never happened.
Nah.
Marilyn Literal Manson. You fuck.
It's kind of like, you know, when Gorillas came out, everybody was like, nobody knows what they look like.
Right. It's
like,
just two guys. One of them's Chubb.
And the other one's the guy from Blur.
That's I don't think I knew that.
Yeah. Well, when you listen to
one of those bands
song
is
number
better
2
than the other by far.
Yeah, I mean, they're both pretty good. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, there's just, it's like that. Nobody, it's the allure because he's never shown himself, ?
Right.
We don't know because they don't say shit. He's just on a screen for no reason and they don't.
Well, they've never performed a show.
Is that true?
We're doing our first and only show in the desert and nobody's coming.
Okay, because I didn't listen. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't fucking listen.
I gotta be honest, it was difficult to do so a lot.
As soon as they're like, so what's your music about? And she's like, sex, blood, and fucking rock and roll. I was like, all right,
Motley Crue.
Let's
move it forward a little bit. Do you guys have any messages out there any message for the other vampires that might? And then he immediately puts himself on a fucking hit list.
Yep.
Come out wherever. First of all, why are you the guy from the Warriors? Secondly, that would get you shot in Compton.
It sure would.
Woo!
This is just a fucking old school 90s gangster rap battle.
Lestat basically says, catch me outside. How about that?
And they do. They do later in the film catch him.
They barely catch him.
They got a big catcher's mitt, but yeah, they get nothing. Like, so, and then what do we cut to just...
We cut straight to two women willing to sell their vaginas for some McDonald's and an eighth. Because they're walking down the pool and the chick's like, I heard he gives you weed and food.
Is that...
And all you got to do is let him suck on your neck a little bit.
Well,
you guys have grossly misunderstood what a vampire is, first of all.
I wrote, these ladies came to get filled.
They did.
But what they do is get drained.
Yeah. Also, in a basement.
Which
is not great. I don't care what band member I'm meeting, all right?
Yeah.
Unless it's Weird Al. I'm not trusting anybody that says come into the basement.
How about this? If you're like a rock star and you're like, hey, I'm a vampire. Guess what? I'm not meeting you. I don't.
Usually a good point.
Like, what happens when you meet fucking band members? They try and cut you and drink your blood. You know.
Yeah,
So,
I think I'm good with that.
What kind of weird shit is he gonna be into? Because he's a vampire.
Yeah.
Like with the hard quotes there. But not because he is.
Like, even if he's not a literal vampire,
Yeah, like
somebody who self-proclaims to be one is like, oh, okay, I'm not leaving in one piece.
He's still definitely
No
going to
matter
drink
what.
your blood regardless.
Minimum.
And like, why? Why do you want to be a part of that?
Ask Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox, because apparently they do that to each other.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fucking. I
You're
like that.
swapping AIDS back and forth. Great.
We're introduced to Lestat's familiar.
Yeah.
We don't. He's just there. He brings him ladies. That's his job.
I
You
couldn't
see him
figure
twice.
out whether he knew what was happening or didn't until much later in the movie, where he basically just goes, I know what happens in there. But before that, I thought maybe he was just like in the dark. He's like, nah, I bring these chicks over and they disappear. I can only assume they get home safe. Better not ask any questions like the military if you're gay.
Yeah. What's that movie Renfeld where
Right.
Nicolas Cage is
Hilarious.
Is he Dracula or is he just
he
a
is.
vamp? Okay. And
I think Renfield is the name of Nicholas Holt.
I think Renfield's the familiar.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is like these people are contracted by a vampire, I guess, and they do things for them.
Well, as per Blade lore, not comic but movie.
Okay.
Their job is to essentially just help vampires, and in exchange, they get the potential for eternal life. The promise
Yes.
is always, I'll turn you at some point.
Yes.
Happens very rarely.
I think that I think that happens in What We Do in the Shadows. The guy gets really jealous and pissed off.
He's just waiting to be turned. Fucking yeah.
But it's also in, what was that other movie? Afflicted?
Yeah,
where the chick
she did it by accident because she got interrupted by the other, I think.
Right? No, didn't she have like an old man?
She did have an old man. Yeah, and he was pissed too. He was pissed because fucking the Asian dude got the virus.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah, he got super jealous because he got turned and he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who this guy is who brings him chicks, and we don't fucking get to know.
No.
We don't.
It honestly doesn't matter that he's there.
If you
had like scrawled in blood the directions to the back basement of the house that these chicks show up to, they'd figure it out. It's like an escape room.
You could have left a trail of candy, and they just would have been like, "Oh, sweet, fuck yeah."
Yeah,
or like
awesome.
nipple piercings. Oh, great. Here's a fuck one here. There's one for me.
Singular fishnet stockings that don't match. And I have to keep picking them up to find the pairs.
One day. So yeah, this is just. I'm guessing we get to like at one point there was an exchange and he was promised life. We don't know.
Yeah.
If you don't know vampire lore, he's literally just a guy. You might think he's his manager.
He's kind of yeah. And his name's Shapiro. He looks like his name should be Shapiro.
It looks like he calls him boss. So obviously Lestat's in charge.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Lestat, he's in charge of many things, and one of them is showcasing how much of a vampire he is by climbing walls for chicks.
Yeah.
For groupies, dude. For fucking you're putting on way too much of a show. They're already in.
Yeah, guess what?
They don't need any convincing. The one chick almost literally just gets her tits out.
Pretty
like,
much.
Hey, you want to see some of these? Probably.
Well, they try to pull his dick out, and he's like, "Hey, man, don't pull my dick out."
That is so fucking funny.
Hey, don't pull my dick out, please don't.
These two goth sluts want to see a real vampire because they're sick of getting hickeys at Hot Topic. Based on their garb. Based on their clothes.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not based on the fact that they were willing to just go to a quote-unquote vampire's house?
Lestat is going to be upset they're wearing Spencer's wardrobe instead of his.
Ooh.
Because he's a jealous lover in that joke. Spencer's is a shitty store where you can buy goth shit.
And dildos.
And dildos.
Dildos.
And you know what, dude?
Multiples.
They try really not at all to separate the kids out from those dildos. They go, this is the adults only part of the store. It's wide open and you could just walk right to it.
They've really stopped trying. I feel like there used to be
beads.
I feel like there used to be heavy beads in the 90s.
I think so.
But now they're just grooming children.
Well,
Come on in.
Yeah.
Oh, you want a fucking Death Note shirt? Huh? You want a shot glass with a funny thing on it? How about a dildo with flavored lube and a glow in the dark condom for your little dick? That's the Spencer motto. That's what it says right underneath Spencer's.
Glow in the dark condoms for your little dick.
You could hear it clanging between your thighs as you came down the hallway. Ah, Spencer, you gotta put up a beaded curtain, please.
Oh my God, Spencer's. Holy shit.
Like, if you work at a Spencer's and you're hearing this, put up a fucking bearded curtain. Not a
bearded curtain?
Put up a bearded curtain.
You could also put up a fuzzy curtain. That's on brand for Spencer's.
You're gonna tell me you don't have beaded curtains? You're Spencer's. That's like the one thing you sell. It's and there's
shit tchotchke.
And there's always Bob Marley or a lion on the other side.
Yeah.
You gotta split them open to get to the pornos. We pass through Bob Marley to see the anal plugs.
Yeah, no problem. And I mean, like, weed ain't even been legal for long enough. No problem watching, like, looking at images of straight up drug paraphernalia. They're cool with 12-year-olds seeing that.
Oh,
but hey,
yeah.
if you want to see the fucking dildos, okay, you have to move the fabric aside. And that's good enough.
And we all know it's happening because we can fucking hear the beads clacking.
You can hear the chuckles of the kids that snuck in. Oh, that must be the dildo section. I'm hearing giggling.
That must be. I can see it through the beads.
And also, like, weird fucking horse FetLife sex toy shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that store.
Lots
fuck that
of
store if you don't like
straws with penises on the end, so you have to suck the penis to get the fluid.
Just prepping you for later.
Pasta with penises.
Or Metallica.
That's Spencer's fucking dick straws.
My
Dick
Chemical
pasta.
Romance shirts from 10 years ago.
And Metallica.
Fuck yeah.
Don't download our music on Kazaa, but do sip from the cock straw. I'm Lars Ulrich. And I approve this message.
Lars Ulrich. I've been balding since age 20.
Ba-doom, boom.
I
Because he plays the drums.
I noticed immediately that this guy, when they're just waiting for Lestat to show up and he just appears by the frame moving and he's been there the whole scene, little Shapiro, the helper, jumps before he even recognizes Lestat's existence nearby him.
Well, I mean, wouldn't you?
Because it was a stage direction.
Wouldn't you if you were told to do it?
Fucking dude can't act.
Well, it's good he's only in the film for a couple scenes, I'll tell you that. So, yeah, these girls try to suck his dick, and he's like, fucking don't. That's my dick, all right?
Footage of no-touch foreplay, a.k.a. everyone here knows P and V is happening, so nobody bothers to try. Thank God Static X is playing. This is when you get Static X's cold. Like his dick is. Which is why probably he doesn't want him to touch it. It's shriveled. It's like, hang on, let me suck some blood. I'm working with like a stack of dimes.
Yeah, I need to send blood to it, so I'm going to need more to put into it.
A really baller move when you're dealing with basically teenagers is to leverage your erectile dysfunction into a tickle fight.
I don't like this.
I'm very ticklish. Come over to my dog bed.
I'm very ticklish. Let's fucking crawl around like perverts.
I called him crawling up that wall the second he fucking went on his hands and knees over to it. Because he looks back for a second, I'm like, he's going up that wall, I bet.
Oh, yeah, watch
I said
this
it
shit.
right out loud.
Watch this Spider-Man shit.
Watch this shit that is way less impressive than me just appearing and disappearing at will. You could have just done that.
You know what? You've got a solid... Turn into bats! You're a
There's no
fucking
point.
vampire.
Holy shit, bro.
Explode into bats and scare people. What are you doing? Why is this movie not just like, oh, you don't like bats? Poof! Bats! I'm bats. I'm the bats.
I was born in the shadows. Fucking, and then like, he shows his teeth and he's like, yeah, I told you, bitches, I'm real. And then they get scared. As if they weren't expecting him to be a real vampire.
See? This is what I'm saying. Why would you go?
Why are you surprised that he was telling the truth?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you wanted?
That seems like that's exactly what you wanted.
With your need for it?
Also, like, when he's like, hey, should I come get these ladies and give them a ride home? He's like, nah. Okay, well, stick around for a second, because I might need a ride home now.
He says, I'll make sure they're taken care of. Which, phrasing, bro. Because either you're just a rapist, that's the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is that you're more than a rapist. If you say that line to the person trying to organize a ride for these young girls, Nah, I'll take care of him.
Well, I mean, like, best case scenario is there's like a bed and breakfast situation here, and they wake up the next day separately in different beds, well fed.
If that were the case, he would have said they'll get breakfast, which is, I mean, not as great.
You're
but
right.
Like,
all right,
given
solid
how
point.
tied up
solid
he is,
point.
He's very sphinctered about his penis.
Quite ominous with the don't worry.
And I'll make sure they get theirs.
Get out of here, white guy who doesn't speak with a British accent here in England. Get out of here.
He looks like a gypsy father.
He looks like a dad who's just fucking mixed up in some wrong shit. So yeah, these girls get drained.
Yeah, they do. Lestat as a performer, as a musician, would get so fucking canceled. The laundry list of women that go to his house and are never seen again.
And now it's moody graveyard time.
It sure is.
Let's do in 2 girls and then just go fucking stand outside and
beautiful
and mood about it.
Some veiny wall of plaques for no reason, because I don't get any context as to what I'm looking at.
Oh, you mean with the very confusing garbage piece of shit scene we're about to? Yeah. I hate this so much.
And the once again 10-year-old girl surrounded by adults who are actually hundreds of years old, and she's not even 10. She's 9.
She's not even 9. She's 8. You know what?
I'm counting.
She's fucking newborn.
Matter of fact, liftoff.
This fucking all right. This whole scene. Let me play it out to you.
Yeah, please do.
Let me play it out. Scene by. All right. I wrote. Some kid having a dream.
Mm-hmm.
So this fucking kid, it's just. Is she a fucking orphan?
Yep.
Because she's like, yeah, I'm an orphan, but she's waking up in the Crown Royal of beds. Like she's in a Crown Royal bag of beds. There's fucking, it's got the billowing fucking curtains. It's a huge bed. She's in a disgusting, creepy doll room. No wonder she's not sleeping.
That's right. Why are there dolls everywhere? Half of them have their heads busted inward.
They sure do. Some of them don't have scalps.
Awesome.
So what's up?
Yep.
Why
no wonder you're having nightmares as a 9-year-old child.
How about turn them all away while you sleep? Why do they all have to face you and watch you sleep?
Burn it down. Just burn it. So again, because we're stupid, right? We're Neanderthal. We're essentially apes. And the director of this movie is Elon Musk. He's a transcendental being. He's above us. So instead of showing you the movie, I'll just tell you what's happening while it's happening with narration.
Yeah, let's not try.
All right. And yet I'm still confused because you didn't actually tell me shit. You went, I'm an orphan and I have this recurring dream. Don't know what that's about.
I'm a little girl.
Pardon me while I go to my fucking academy of scholarly paranormal activity investigators, most of whom are older than my grandparents.
That's true.
Holy fuck. Why is the fucking black wall veiny? I realize in hindsight that I had written a better movie as I was watching this one.
Okay.
Because I made a bunch of predictions about her being a half-breed. Because I was capable of putting together she's orphaned because her aunt literally goes, you need to get the fuck out of here. Your parents are dead.
I got some of that shit too. I wrote because like so her aunt's like, yeah, get the fuck out of here, kid.
Leave.
And then she starts bleeding from her eyes.
Yeah.
I wrote that kid wants to taste that blood so bad.
Yeah.
She fucking does. She wants so badly to taste blood. The whole movie.
And that's why I was like, well, she's a fucking mudblood then.
She is.
You know, she's half and half. Turns out, nope, probably she just saw during her upbringing everybody doing that and went, oh, this is what I do. No, she's just a human, which means, okay, her tether to the vampires, which is a confusing element of this film from front to back, actually doesn't matter at all. Doesn't matter at all. You could have this, you started her with this entire backstory as if she's with this academy of paranormal researchers who just study vampires and never touch them.
Or so you have to assume because you don't fucking get to know that.
That's right. She's like sneaking in. She's got Lestat's journal, thief. I bet Anne Frank would have been just as pissed. And she's reading through that. She's trying to figure out, you'd think, what the recurring nightmare she has about vampires is about. Nope! She just wants to be one. She just wants Lestat to suck her dry.
Sure does.
That's her whole thing. Just leave it at that.
Sounds like Twilight to me.
I thought, foolishly, that there was going to be a little bit something deeper there. Nah. She just wants to get fucked by Lestat because she read his book.
Sure does. Sure do.
Great.
So,
Fuck, I got so mad when it led to nothing. Because it's like an hour of movie where I'm waiting for that. And I'm like, I know it's going to be a twist. I already figured it out, so just have the twist. Just tell me what it is. And then they just don't even touch it.
Nope.
Great.
So after this orphan dream, which, by the way, you don't get to know if it's a dream or not. You just get to know that there's a girl who's a fucking orphan. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, it was either a dream or a flashback, but it's in the context of talking about having a recurring dream, so I figured that's what it was. But yeah, like, it's not clear.
It certainly doesn't say, this is my dream. It's just a little girl being like, I have this dream. And then she goes outside where there's people.
Yeah. That's cool.
So then, I mean, like, and she's like, is she an orphan? Where's the soup bowl? Where's the dirt? I don't fucking believe this.
She hasn't asked for more of anything.
Exactly. All of a sudden, she's an adult now. So I guess it was a dream. I'll figure it out later.
Sure.
And this is where, Jay, she walks into her kitchen, and then we get the MTV News. MTV News is here, and they're talking about Lestat, and they want to tell you about his new music video, which is just fucking Redeemer by Marilyn Manson. It's Marilyn Manson's voice. It's not. It doesn't even fucking sound like he sounded before when he sounded like Korn.
Yep.
It's fucking. I know this song. I know this song.
The one that I thought was Marilyn Manson, but was John Davis the whole time, was from a different part of the movie. Later on, during a live performance.
Nah, yeah, they're like, here's his new song, Redeemer, and then she's like, well, let me take a look at the lyrics.
Yeah.
Not the lyrics.
Here's the problem.
Not the fucking lyrics. God damn it. Google it.
I'm mad about the lyrics. Well, nothing else in the fucking movie's accurate. He's not even right about the vampires, for Christ's sake, half the time.
Well, look. If you're gonna make a movie and you're gonna be like, here's a song, these are the lyrics. How about you make the song with the fucking lyrics in it?
New one. They probably couldn't get the copyright. They just got you can't copyright just a word, so they're allowed to use the word, but the song has to be different.
Fuck.
Depeche Mode and Ministry and Marilyn and Manson and him already existed at this point, so a clone of all four of them together would never get middle of the day MTV play regardless. Especially with no touring. Who signed them and how did you find them?
Well, that's the thing. You see, Lestat's a fucking vampire, so apparently he's also a wizard.
Yeah, as evidenced by the fact that he can control your mind through a television. Hypnosis doesn't even work that way.
I mean, it might.
She gets fucking entranced by the fucking music video with Lestat.
Is that what happens? Because I feel like it's just some bullshit.
She stares for a super long fucking time.
It's because she's like, this is Marilyn Manson, you fucking idiots. She knows.
She's just mad because they got it wrong.
So then, cut to her just like talking to a room full of people, and she's like, all right, guys, there's shit in the fucking lyrics. I discovered it. He didn't just say it out loud at the press conference.
Oh my God.
Then nobody asked questions. I figured this out because I looked up the lyrics to Redeemer and I got a different version of it. Not the one, not the Marilyn. This is a song about some shitty pub. And now the shitty pub.
Oh yeah.
The shitty
Admiral's
pub.
Arms.
Yeah. There's not a fucking lyric in there with the.
No. Why would there be? It doesn't exist.
So.
It's not real.
Yeah. So there's some pub, and they're like, it's an ancient pub, and magic, and people go disappearing there. It's got the fucking pub. Yeah, now look I got a map. Let me overlay this map. Yeah, see?
Oh, look, the Admiral's Arms, which is Vampire Hub. It's
a fucking private club now.
Yeah. If only this freely available information would get into the wrong hands, aka anybody. Really blowing up our spot by having it a very famous historical spot.
Yeah. And you know what? If this didn't get you, I've peppered in many scary paintings that have nothing to fuck to do with this.
Fuck, let's go. Because cut to grave encounters. And she's trying to convince these people about the Admiral's Arms and how it's the fucking vampiric hub of England, okay? So what does she show to prove that there's black magic? Let me tell you what she shows. Goya's Saturn devouring his son. Some fucking Spanish dude painted a Greek Titan like 150 years ago, and it's used in every montage of demons. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even, he's fucking Christian. It's a religious painting.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's that and several gabagoos and bagools and shit.
Yeah, might as well be literal bagools. And then, and then a really nice famous Goya painting that I like.
Oh,
and
fuck.
I'm sick to death of seeing it in a slideshow on an old projector that clicks every time there's magic that's black. Racist.
They might as well have. She might as well just have included a fucking slide of the Ghostbusters in there.
And this is Slimer. It's unrelated, but I just want you guys to know.
And if that doesn't convince you, click, click, click. This guy.
Ugh, stay puffed.
He goes through you, and then there's slime.
Right? Am I right? Old people? Old people in a room?
Old British people who don't give a shit.
Oh.
And then they're like, did you fucking go there? This picture looks like you took it. And she's like, yeah, I went there. And they're like, you're not supposed to fucking go there.
Where our job is to observe and record, not
look.
interact. Oh, I'm sorry.
We don't taste.
Holy fuck. I wrote down what he said because it actually pissed me off.
Yeah? Let me have it.
Oh, dude. It's so... Oh, fucking... There it is. The guy gets mad because she took a picture of the front of the nightclub.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Also known as observing and recording. Both of the things that they're allowed to do. The only two things, as a matter of fact.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah. What are you getting mad about?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did the thing you said.
I thought this is what we were all about.
Suddenly, this ostensibly professor of the Vampire Stenography Club pulls out JFK time travel evidence that vampires actually don't give a fuck about living in any shadows because one of them has been painted several times.
Oh, yeah.
Here's my catalog of Marius paintings. I've seen him several times.
Yeah, this simply just can't be a guy.
He's been seen many times by many people for enough time to paint him.
You know, the vampire who's famous for saying, we gotta be discreet.
Yeah, here's a painting of him in the background, shushing and looking right at the painter. Don't tell my secret.
You better not paint me.
And then the painter goes, give me 3 weeks and I'll tell your secret.
Fucking hold still.
For fucking ever. The worst thing you can be is fucking filmed.
Well, you can't because you're a vampire. You're not supposed to have
Damn it, I forgot.
So he's got to be painted.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, fucking discretion,
Yeah.
but
All those
hold
groupies,
still.
all those groupies so fucking mad they take selfies with Lestat and so it's just me.
Just a fucking...
Where'd he go?
Why am I standing next to ancient clothes?
I paid $30 for nothing. Ancient clothes. Oh yeah, because the clothes are that's so stupid.
Hey man,
why are ghosts anytime there's ghosts? Why are they clothed? What, did your fucking shirt come with you to the afterlife?
Well, what if they...
Or is it like when fucking Neo goes into the Matrix for the first time and they're just like, I need guns. I need a shirt and here's everything.
I need things to cover my cock and balls. I need scary things.
If Winnie the Pooh's taught us anything, you need more than a shirt for that.
Oh, Christ. So, yeah, this fucking blah, blah, blah. This movie sucks.
We don't get any context clues about who any of these people are, or motivation, or intention, or fucking backstory. All we get is a shitload of information that means nothing.
Yep.
Because I haven't been told enough to know what it means.
Nope. We just know that there's a room full of old men, and then David. Now,
Cool.
David's the guy, first of all.
David's the guy who's
David's the fucking guy.
gay for Marius. Let's just call it what it is.
I mean, when you have that many paintings of one man,
Yeah, I mean...
you're either a huge fan or a little more.
Yep.
And now, so he's David's the guy. Like, the fact, first of all, he says right here, the fact that it was vampires means you should have come to me first.
Yeah.
No, David, no. You're gonna take credit for this. You always do.
David, look at you.
Yeah,
You don't even look like a vampire expert.
You've got this fucking whole office. What are you gonna go down there and observe and report?
Yeah.
Pussy.
So he goes, promise me you won't go back there. And then we get a shot of Jessie, which is the character's name, and then we cut away before she promises. She never promises not to go back there.
Oh yeah, no.
She doesn't even say I won't go back there.
Well, the thing is like here, I'll show you the journal. just please never go back there. And then like her fingers must be so crossed that they're busted. You know? They're just twisted around each other like snakes fucking.
Yeah, like the wrong version of the medical logo that everybody gets. Okay, I just learned about this and I gotta tell you about it because it's fucking funny.
Please do.
A lot of medical professionals get this tattoo of the two snakes on the rod, which just sounds like a three-way between men.
Red vining.
We're a Twizzlers family. The medical logo they mean to get is just one snake and the rod, and that is it means it's the symbol for the god of medicine.
Sure.
When you add the second snake, what it actually means is that you're a messenger of God. Which is not what you want to hear right before surgery.
Oh, yeah. I am a messenger of God. I'm here to pull the
count
plug.
Backwards from 10. No! I'll count up.
I've got a message from God. I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Bad.
I love it.
That's my story.
Well, it's much better than whatever's happening in this fucking...
Oh, well, what's happening right now is a flashback to 1988 that who cares?
Is
that
it?
Who the fuck cares?
Tell me about it.
Because it's Lestat's fucking origin story. All right, he just wakes up in a beautiful house after getting sucked, obviously. He's got so fucking sucked that it's crazy. And I don't know when he had time to pose for the portrait that he's looking at of himself, but I guess it must have started where Marius is like, I must paint you. Like Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic. And then I guess he took a nap right after the painting because you got to sit for hours, dude. And he got sucked.
Well, he's a vampire, so he probably just printed that shit out like one of those old-timey printers with the perforated papers. He just...
The entire flashback could be summed up by two guys cum blood and snowball each other in the past.
That's pretty much... I believe you might have said that you said 1980s. I think it's
1788.
Yeah. In case you did, I don't know, but
that's fine. 1780s.
I wrote Lestat wakes up in a vampire's room, and you can tell it is by the way it is. 1, bed is on a slab of cement. 2,
it's for lumbar.
2, painting of muscular nude man being done in by a monster man.
Fuck yeah.
That's just a mural on the wall. 3, he's got a weird writing/art station right next to the bed. They always do.
Hey, man. By that logic, I'm a vampire.
Candles. So many fucking
I
candles.
prefer wax melts because I can leave them.
And hard floor, so you're good there.
Oh. There's carpet in that room.
Yeah, so he did. The dude, like, paints him or some shit, and then... Oh, my God. Fucking... Lestat's like, look, people are going to come looking for me. And he's like, oh, Lestat, you're far away from home. I took you to the Mediterranean. And you're a French nobleman.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I hated.
Is this shitty film, yeah. Of the whole thing. This scene and the rest of them. Fucking garbage.
Lestat goes, I'm a lord where I'm from. And then Marius goes, oh, don't worry, lord of the place he's from. You could have just said that and then not wasted 30 seconds of my time with the additional dialogue.
Yep, you could have done that. You could also just sucked his fucking blood instead of having him turn and run for 3 steps, then turn back around to see if he's being chased so that he can get his blood sucked.
Great point.
He
could have just had that.
He almost stammered forward a couple steps and then just was like laid down and let it happen to him. What the fuck?
I found my better because I had two sentences or less, and I
All
found
right.
a better one and I didn't indicate it.
Okay.
Vampires and homeless people have one thing in common: they love copper.
I like that because the flavor of blood, and also because it pays very well to have it.
And I wrote it during this part because motherfucker bites dude's neck and then goes, "It's good." No, it's not. It's blood. You ever tasted that? It tastes like shit.
Tastes like I need to be tested.
Tastes like what I imagine a storm sewer grate to taste like.
So there's got to be something in the vampire community about after drinking somebody's blood, just hucking them to the ground like they're a bag of dog shit.
That does happen.
That happens to everybody who gets bit. They're just, here's your fucking ground.
I love that fucking Morpheus goes, I called him Morpheus a couple times in my notes on purpose.
I called them Maurice, so it's good.
Maurice.
I know who you're talking about.
Maurice, Morpheus.
He might as well be This is the fucking Matrix.
Yeah, it is. It's worst version of it, though.
It really is.
Once the fighting starts up, I'm like, this is bad Matrix.
Yeah. I would have rather instead of taking the red or the blue pill, take both and have an overdose, you know?
I really liked that part of Morpheus's speech about how to properly be a vampire for Lestat is to, what does he say here? Appreciate your prey. Okay? And then they're on the beach or whatever, and that's different. No, that's a different part. Either way, there's prey in the room, okay? And he's talking about appreciating his prey, and his version of doing that is to stomp them in the neck. Hard.
Oh my God, he
and
fucking
break
does.
It, and break it.
He sure does.
That's real appreciation with my foot.
So the whole reason that this guy chose Lestat is really stupid.
Oh, he's just a boomer. He's just, all right, Lestat, I'm getting sick of the way that the world's developing and I can't follow it anymore. So I bit you and turned you into a vampire so I can send you out there and come back and explain TikTok to me.
I turned you into a vampire so you can help me leave hateful Facebook messages to my gay son-in-law. I really feel like we could turn him.
Holy
You and me, Lestat.
Like we can turn him. Not the one I'm talking about.
Oh God.
The best motivation. He's like, I'm just look, they're on fucking two wheels. I saw a guy not even pedaling the bike. I don't know what anything is anymore. Help. Lestat. You play violin, right? Play violin for my statue and wake her up.
Oh shit.
Wait, what is it about being a vampire that makes you play a violin like a fucking like a nervous Asian boy? He's going so fast on that. I'm surprised the horsehair doesn't catch fire.
Oh Jesus. So okay, first of all, so they're on a beach. This is happening on a beach. And like I don't want to use this term, but I'm going to use this term for lack of a better term, all right? And now as I say it, I know there's a better term and I'm just still not going to use it. They are at Gypsy Beach Blowout.
That is what that is.
There's a couple bonfires and just gypsies jamming out.
The second the violin got pulled out, I was like, oh God, dancing with bead necklaces.
Here comes the Roma.
A lot of metal rings clanging around on some long earlobes.
Oh boy. So
scarves everywhere.
They're walking down the beach and there's like, listen, Lestat. Number one thing about being a vampire is discretion. You gotta be discreet. Meanwhile, you're both dressed like fucking vampires.
That's
on
right.
the beach at night.
Marius dresses like a vampire all movie.
How about a pair of shorts? You're on the goddamn beach.
It's like the Spanish beach. It's probably still cold. I don't know Spain's climate.
I don't know. It's the Mediterranean. Who knows?
Yeah.
Fucking Greece. So they're... And he like kind of looks over his shoulder at this lady playing the violin, and he's like, "So I can't fuck her? I can't."
I play that.
What he says is, "So I can never know her." Which
that's what that means.
He's
it's
like,
fine.
"Sorry, it can never be unless you want to fucking kill her." So he's like, "All right." He's like, "Yeah, we got to be discreet. We got to be so fucking discreet."
Hang on a quick sec, this woman.
Yeah.
Oh.
So instead
everything that you just said, fuck all that because I want to do dueling banjos.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna do them so well that people start to question my mortality.
Here's what pisses me off about this, all right? This little girl's name is Sophia and her father. She's not a little girl. She's like a 20-year-old.
Sure.
But Lestat plays the violin so furiously as a vampire that his eyes light up. Later on in the movie, in order to get into the nightclub, to prove you're a vampire, you have to voluntarily light your eyes up. Which means, why did he do that?
Because this is a bad movie.
Fuck, I forgot.
Yeah, sorry. If that didn't give away that he's a vampire, just the fucking vigorous fiddle playing at Mach 10.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
That's how you know. Okay? They turn into fog, they turn into bats, they drink blood, they fuck chicks, and play violin super fast.
Oh my God.
Like the Flash. Like Quicksilver plays violin, probably.
Yo-Yo Ma is just weeping. Like, I could never.
He's like Italian trying to call his mother. Yo, ma!
Yo, Ma, get a load of this guy. Fucking, he's fiddling with himself so fucking fast, Ma.
The fiddler on the roof.
Give me a goddamn gabagoo.
There's an L at the end of that.
Not when you're this Italian. Not when it's sexual either.
I hate.
You're gonna gobba this goo.
You're gonna
Pop,
gobble.
pop, pop, pop.
That's okay, but okay, if it's gabagool though, then a vampire could say it. You're gonna gobba this ghoul.
All right.
All right.
So
Rodney Dangerfield is a vampire. She gobbled my ghoul.
Fucking. All right. Here's where. All right. You've already poked a couple holes there. Let me.
I'm sorry.
Here, let me rip a whole fist through this.
Yeah.
They're at a fucking beach blowout here, and immediately this guy's like, oh, vampire and Greeks.
Yeah.
Greek speak for vampire.
Yep.
You know, he starts shouting just various Greek things, and nobody fucking hears that.
20 feet away, a crowd at one of the bonfires.
It's the 1700s.
The fight that happens between these people, okay? And they both die, and then Marius burns the bodies.
Feet from these goddamn people.
Nobody's like, hey, what's that one? I didn't like that.
Hey, I didn't hear. You guys hear some screaming and shouting?
Yeah.
Oh, no, me either. It's not 20 feet behind us or nothing.
The ocean's just so loud.
I'm not going to turn my head to watch these two men kill a man and his daughter. No.
Like visibly from where I'm sitting.
Yeah, I'm certainly not gonna watch them do these people in.
Fuck. I hated that too.
Yeah.
Because you're right. And it was super annoying.
Oh my god. So yeah, they burn the body, blah, blah, blah. And all this just because Mavis here was like, come on, Lestat, you gotta kill her. You gotta. Heaven forbid she says there's vampires here and then they turn around and then we're here. Because if they see us and we're here, it's not like we can't fucking teleport.
It's
not like we can fly. It's not like we can fly like we do all the time.
All the time. Super fast, too. All the time they fly. It's their favorite mode of transportation by far. Other than walking slow as fuck.
This might as well be Lord of the Rings with the fact that they didn't just fly back, you know?
Fuck. Yeah, so that's when he realizes that intimate relationships are impossible, but here's the thing is why are they? Find somebody that you have in common things, many, many things in common with. Get a night job for a month, and then just bite a motherfucker, and now you're vampire freaks forever.
Oh, how about this? How about this, Jay? How about this?
Sure.
Don't tell people you're a vampire.
Maybe just don't bite the people?
Yep. Hey. Don't do vampire things.
Lie and say that you have a night job. You can leave the house at midnight for 6 hours and just it's the Mandarin out there for you.
It's a fucking buffet. Look, they had no idea you were a vampire until you played the fiddle like a demon, you know?
Yeah. Until I saw the vampire, until the big neon sign that shot out of your head that said, I'm a fucking vampire, guys, heads up.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Damn.
And then just fuck chicks. I don't know what to tell you.
For eternity.
Just fuck chicks. Fuck chicks and don't say I'm a vampire.
The worst case scenario is that after 30 years, you get the hall pass again.
Right?
Because she's gonna die.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? How about this? After like a couple months when she's like, chill, I am a vampire.
That surprise.
And if you don't want me to kill you, you better not tell anybody. You don't have to say that, but keep that card in the deck just in case you got to pull out a Charizard, you know?
Yeah, that's a real Uno reverse when she's pissed off that you keep forgetting her anniversary. Yeah? Well, I'm a fucking vampire. I've had a bunch of them. Every day of the year is an anniversary of something. When you're thousands of years
millennia
old.
of anniversary.
I don't know what to tell you.
Christ. So, fucking blah, 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 shitty film.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... Apparently in 1788, all you had to do to convince people you were a vampire is to play violin really well and have refractive pupils. Like a human?
I think you could even been like, I am a vampire, and they'd be like, well, nobody would ever say that unless they are. That's, first of all, stay right here. I'm going to go get my gun that takes forever to load.
Holy shit.
I'm going to get my gun that I should have loaded last week to kill you today.
So he gets so angsty that he laments in violin for just by himself in the tower.
Oh, yeah.
In the eternal clock tower.
This is still a flashback. Oh.
Eventually, the violin gets so irritated by him that it just takes the wand and shoots it underneath a cabinet. Yeah, grab that, asshole.
Oh, yeah, there's your bow, you shit-eater. Now, why?
So that it can progress the story because he finds the Scooby-Doo thing that you gotta pull in order to open up the fucking false door.
The literal Scooby-Doo door.
And then he sees these two statues that aren't moving, breathing, or alive and goes, company.
Oh, let me fucking fiddle for you.
Yeah, let me faddle around.
Let me just fucking fiddle a lick for you.
So fucking Queen Aaliyah, Queen of the Damned, fucking wakes up just long enough to turn her palm out like, what the fuck are you doing? And apparently...
The hand motion you did is exactly like, what the fuck is this?
That was what she did.
Yeah.
And then he goes, well, I gotta drink that statue.
I definitely see veins in this statue, so let me bust my teeth. Let me not even take a second thought about biting into this hard surface.
Yo. You ever try to open a bottle with just a bottle with your teeth?
You ever just
They'll break right off.
You ever just try to bite through a bottle, a full unopened bottle? You might as well do that.
Holy shit. And then Marius gets super fucking pissed. He's like, you drank the honey of the queen bee.
Oh, yeah. And he's also pissed because I've been looking after that statue for millennia. It ain't done shit.
It hasn't moved once. What the fuck did you do? Green sleeves.
He's like, she chose me. And then Maurice is like, I fucking chose you. What the fuck is happening?
Oh, so we're just hopping from vampire to vampire around here, huh? You little slut.
You better
slut.
You better get tested before you go putting those fangs around in my arteries.
Fuck. At this point, I wrote incest. Don't call the head vampire mom unless it's Marge Simpson in that one Treehouse of Horror. I don't remember why I wrote that.
Because he's like, yo, you don't know who the fuck that is? That's
Oh, that's our mother.
Yeah, that's like the...
Don't say our. You just gave me hickeys for like a night.
Yeah. Let's not. Let's...
I basically just did the vampire equivalent of beating off on her arm.
I mean, fucking... He... If anything, like, Maurice is this guy's father. He made him with his own... Well, let's be honest. He cut his wrist and just dripped blood into his mouth like a fucking pervert.
Yeah. Great.
But well, he was passed out too. I mean, here's your blood. But yeah, these are these statues are of course the ancient vampires that we all know so well to have ruled over ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
This is common knowledge to everybody, and these definitely existed outside of Anne Rice's books.
Imhotep and a Naxunamun here.
Yeah, you might as well have. Yep.
I mean, the mummy came out before this. They ripped off the fucking mummy. They ripped the mummy right off.
I'm sitting here trying to think of all the ancient alien names they give those guys.
Oh.
Fucking Anutuk and fucking Mukbang and
just Mukbang. Oh yes.
Fucking
Mukbang.
Anunnaki and fucking Morpheus. Oh, all right. Fuck. Yeah, no.
First of all, I think Morpheus is like a Zionist history.
It's definitely something, and whatever their ship is called, the
Nebuchadnezzar, which sounds like a racial slur. It sounds like three of them at once.
That's something from the Bible too.
Yeah.
It's
I think they're all like Nairobi or whatever her name is too, and fucking Neo and all that shit. It's the Zionist Bible though, which is like ooh.
The brother who made the Matrix are ladies now. You mean just one of them? No, both of them. That's both. The whole thing.
Isn't that a fun coincidence for everyone?
So these are the fucking ancient Egypt vampires, and they just sucked so much blood that the dude was like, I'm full to the brim. I'm good with blood.
I'm brimming with blood
and,
right now.
He turned to stone because he lost the will to drink blood because he just had so much. And then this lady was so sad because of that, she also turned to stone. You know the way you do.
That's right.
Because
like Pikachu in the Pokemon movie. And it's supposed to be sad, or actually it's Ash that does it, and then Pikachu cries, and the act of crying brings life back to him.
Oh yeah, we've all seen Twilight as fucking textbook vampire stuff.
Oh shit.
So Lestat bites that shit with zero question.
Yeah, it does. Marius gets so mad that he has a power struggle between just himself and his many collectibles.
Collectibles.
Pissed about getting cucked
his
like that.
1788 collectibles, which are just rocks.
They are
carved rocks.
They're geodes, sir.
You get the new fucking Da Vinci? Yeah.
Yeah, Da Vinci.
It's kind of like a frog. Yeah, it's nice. I got the fucking signature edition though. I'm a little better than you. I got the one where he fucking cut himself carving. And that's blood.
Right here in the marble, you can see a little bit of his blood and cum.
And you can see where he wrote the word fuck. Because
that's the only fuck the Romans, he wrote right here.
So it's the fucking mistake where Pikachu has yellow cheeks instead of red. So yeah,
Episode of Family Guy where his eye goes over his nose.
ugh. There's so many of those. There's one where his head just shrinks.
Yeah.
It's the
Stewie's
frog.
eyes just like they just change like a raccoon's, like a bush baby's when he gets scared.
Bush baby. So fucking yeah, blah blah blah. So Lestat drank this fucking statue's blood because you know how much blood's always in statues.
And that's apparently the tastiest blood to ever have existed in a statue.
It's so good that he has visions of things because like when you're a vampire,
he has visions of Aaliyah fucking. That's what he has visions of.
He basically has visions of
later
blood
on when
vessels
they're
in
fucking.
Aaliyah.
It's the same vision.
It's and they do fuck in a hot tub
like in a bunch of ways. But that
But yeah, so yeah, because he drank that blood, he's become more powerful, and Maurice is just like, hey man, I gotta chain you down because of that. And then the next day he just wakes up and
everyone's gone.
Everything's gone, yeah.
And we're left with nothing but assumptions in the form of narration from Emo Phillips here.
You know, because he's...
When you're a vampire...
Sometimes you'll be sucking blood, and then...
The blood sucks back.
Oh, he'll never change his hair. That's how you know he's Emo Phillips.
He did.
No fuck. Oh, he did.
Yeah,
he put glasses on too, didn't he?
He had the bowl cut for a while, and then he did like the salt and pepper Silverman.
Yeah,
spiked. He got a glow up, if anything.
He literally had the fucking Dora the Explorer bob. He went from what he had.
Friar Tuck to yes, I fuck.
He went to Friar Tuck to just Greg Proops. Just like that, you know?
It's accurate.
What did I write here? What the fuck did I... Where the fuck are we? Oh, right. So, god damn it. Blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Oh, right. So she goes inside. This is where we cut right to the fucking vampire bar, Jay.
Yeah, and she's just outside of it.
You know where we're not supposed to go?
There. Yeah.
We're going.
We're going right to it.
And we got the fucking space buns, the goddamn...
space buns. That's so funny.
Is that not what they're called?
I have no idea.
The Carrie Fisher Star Wars haircut?
Oh, right. I have no clue.
Oh, well, that's what she has.
I assume space buns.
So, yeah, she fucking... Hey, guess what? She's going in.
And she's going into this club where there's somebody at the door scrutinizing whether you're a vampire or a familiar to the vampires. Because in this nightclub, okay, you get one thing. Either you sucked or you're the one doing the sucking. Those are the two things that happen at this nightclub.
You're the sucker or the sucky.
And I need to emphasize right now that vampires are really angry with Lestat. Because he is... publicly saying, I'm a vampire, and there are many of us, and we're all over the place. And vampires in general hate that. Because they're all supposed to be keeping to the shadows, as per vampiric canon, on the whole. All right? There might be a couple that are like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Well, but for the most part, these vampires are like, yeah, in order to preserve our lives, we're a secret.
You know, like, the number one way to give yourself away, then, would be to be mad at Lestat.
Yes.
Yeah, if you go, oh, Lestat, yeah, I don't care about that guy. Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter then. However, so this chick sneaks her way into the club in behind some people who went there to get sucking fucked, which is rare Ben and Jerry's flavor.
It's got the one of the plasma core.
She gets accosted at the bar by a trio of vampires. She's like, I'm actually taken by Marius, because she knows that name from Lestat's journal. And then who emerges from the shadows but Lestat himself? Here's a question. How'd he get in? How'd he get a table? How'd he get drinks? Everybody hates him.
Stop asking questions, Jay.
How'd he get in there and stay in there for long enough to sit down and wait for her?
Well, also, he's in the fucking shadows.
Also, because vampires can't see in the dark.
That's the whole thing.
Also, I just want to point out that 13 Ghosts was released a year before this movie. The song in this nightclub was completely ripped from 13 Ghosts.
Oh.
It's a song by an artist named Tricky with Alanis Morissette on it. And while they're driving to the mansion made of glass for the first time, this is what's playing.
Oh, shit.
Exact same song.
Well, in this movie, what's happening to this song is she walks into this bar and right away it's like some fucking robo-goth is touching a guy's face. He's like, well, you sure I can't get you I can't get you a drink? And she's like, oh, soon. I'd leave. Oh, yeah? You've brought me to a place where I've never been and you're not going to drink with me? And then you're going to say that.
You're going to say soon, huh?
I'd leave.
What is the Rohypnol take a moment to prepare? It's got to settle?
Yeah, what the fuck? I'm out. So, what did I write? I'm in a weird spot I've never been. Someone brings me to a place I've never been. And when they don't need to get a drink with me and instead stroke my face and say things like soon, you know what? Date's over, Robo Lady.
If I hear just soon and that's how the sentence begins and ends, and it's dark, I'll leave anyway.
Yeah.
I don't care. Unless soon is at the end of we're leaving soon. Then I might stick around for a few minutes.
Yeah, don't worry. We're getting out of here soon.
So, like, the three-way accosting and then Lestat poking his fucking face out from behind the curtain. Is this how just women feel at bars all the time?
It is. It absolutely
all
is.
The way down to the old man creeping on you in the corner?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know what she expected was going to happen to her when
at the Hots Only vampire bar?
Well, she walks in there, the only one with a complexion. She stands out like a sore thumb. Of course she's going to be accosted. She's full of blood. You can see it.
As pale as a doctor in a mental institution. And then she walks in like, anyone thirsty?
Fucking, and then, all right. So you've already mentioned it, but Lestat fucking peers out of the shadows hilariously. It is absolutely somebody sitting in the shadows, and then
so they can emerge out of them.
No.
Oh.
Even worse.
Oh.
They just put Lestat's face over the body and fade it in.
No shit, they did that.
They had the hands stay a dark, shady dark. His face is boom, so saturated.
The CG in this movie sucks dick.
It's that, or he just leaned just his head out of the shadows like a weirdo.
That's what I was picturing.
Like he somehow managed to keep his palms in the same place and then move his head and neck, like a fucking disturbing Team Fortress 2 animation.
Yeah.
Nope.
Like Anonymous made this movie.
Yeah. Christ. Yeah, so I had a good laugh. I had to pause the movie at how stupid he looked, fading out of the shadows like that.
So Jesse gets creeped out and leaves to the back alley that's dangerous, and then is surprised when she continues to be accosted by the same three people.
Because they don't believe that she knows Maurice. I believe it's like, yeah, Maurice, really?
Well, they're like, he's dead. All the old ones are dead.
Yeah, all the old vampires who never die are dead. That's for sure. The one thing vampires are known for is dying.
You know how I know that? Rumors.
Yeah. The fucking grapevine whispered.
The grapevine.
The fucking grapevine.
Slow ass. Yeah. So, and then she gets ambushed in the alleyway, and then
surprise
comes to save the alley day by scaring these vampires the fuck off by being faster than them. I think is really
twisting their head slightly to the side,
just a little bit. I don't know what about that would endear me to a person, except for nothing at all. And then let me tell you. Let's have like 7 shots of him walking toward her on the ground and then reaching his hand out. Cut back to her looking at the hand. Cut back to the hand. Cut back to her reaching her hand out. Cut back to him having his hand there so she can grab it.
How else would you know he's helping her up, though? As if not by one shot.
And then the next thing you know, 3 hours have passed that you'll never get back.
Oh, my God. He's like, I heard you say Maurice, and now I'm gonna threaten you so that Maurice will come out. Yeah, that's if you've seen Twilight, that's what happens when you threaten Bella. Edward comes.
What has he got? Like he's got a shame fetish?
It's like this same thing happens in Twilight.
Oh, your slut wife. He's just
But Bella, she wants to see Edward, so she jumps off a fucking cliff.
Nice, hell yeah.
And he appears in the water for her.
Hey.
That's how vampires work.
Here's my thing, though, right? At what point was this woman chosen in that way by Lestat? They've met no times.
Well, Lestat's a pervert.
They've not met a single time.
It doesn't matter. He saw her and he's like, well, you're a lady, I'm a man.
Cool. That's sick.
You're a woman, I'm a machine.
You had a bar full of them. That's funny. They just played that album.
And they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have not gotten back together. Terrible band.
First of all, great album.
Oh, album's great. Songs are good. Terrible band.
Not a good band. Though.
Not a good band.
They sort of went the Alexis on Fire way, which was, we'll play whatever FM 96 wants us to play.
And you know what? At least Alexis on Fire
Sucks. Sucks real bad. They just released an acoustic album this year. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you mean Dallas Green and the Ragtags?
No, I mean...
You might as well change your name to Dallas Green and the rest of them.
I mean the band of friends that smiles at each other when they see each other and they don't just hate each other's guts and play because they money. Because they money.
Because they money.
Because they money and they need it. Anyway, fucking stupid film. I forget... Oh yeah, so he's like, yeah, you want? I'm gonna get Marius out here. So he threatens her, and then, but then he's like, well, hold on, let me distract you by saying things out of your journal.
Yeah.
At you.
Yeah. And then he goes, oh, you read my you read my book.
And then he presses her both against the wall and with questions.
That's right.
He cuts her arm too, just casually, and starts drinking her blood.
Yeah. So here's, why.
Why? Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah. How?
Does she want to fuck the vampire, or does she want to find her family?
I think,
all she wants is to fuck a vampire. That's it. So why would you even have the family angle? Who gives a fuck? She doesn't.
Ask Anne Rice. She was the one that cobbled this bullshit together.
And if she did care, she'd be worried about incest.
She sure would be.
Because that's what vampires are.
They have to be.
Just incest.
They all share blood.
I like that there is absolutely zero on-screen chemistry between these two for a bunch of reasons. The primary one, though, is that the actor playing Lestat is incapable of delivering a line unless he's smirking like he just got one over on you. Even just regular words out of his mouth. Like, yeah, I bet, huh?
Well, I'm a fucking vampire. Did you know that? Yeah, I'll have the number 2 with cheese.
He has everything's sultry. I'll have the number 2 with cheese. And then he smirks at you. He smirks at you. Even when you betray him, he smirks at you.
Maybe he just can't close his mouth without the teeth. Like, that's just what a closed mouth looks like for him. So then at this point, he's just like, I fucking knew I left my journal somewhere. Great. Really listening to Marius here. Fucking, let me write down all these vampire secrets in a book and then just leave it in a Starbucks. Let me leave it open to the most secretiest secrets.
Yeah. The vampire page.
Let me highlight all the dirty ones too, so they're fucking right there.
This chapter's all about vampires. I'll leave it open to this one.
Christ.
So I don't know what to make of this scene at all, because she goes there to find him, and then she finds him, and then he fucks her blood, and then he attacks her and leaves, and that's the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yep.
That's the whole scene.
Yep. That's right. That's correct.
So what was that?
That was a segue so that the movie can continue to move along. Because obviously, if she left that bar, and she got eaten by vampires, that's the end of the film, kinda, right there.
I'll tell you what else pisses me off. After sucking her blood, he says, "Your kind never satisfies my thirst."
Sluts. Sluts. He's looking for a lady, not a fucking slut.
Good. Okay, so like Queen Horalia, that's good. That's good for him.
The one that's gonna ride his dicky in the
sluttiest one. She comes out of that statue wearing nothing but a bikini.
I don't think she's wearing a bikini. Her bikini is attached to her necklace.
Yeah, and it
just so happens to be covering her tits.
That's right.
Yep. So 3 days till the concert. Did you forget about the concert? Because we sure did.
Yep.
There's a big old concert. Didn't
know it mattered still. You might as well have just not done it.
Yep, might as well have. But hey, 3 days till this concert, and guess what? Now we're in America, I think. I think. Maybe. Yeah, we are. And fucking Lestat can feel something coming. He just doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's Marius.
You should feel him. Lestat lives in BoJack Horseman's house.
Sure does.
They do that sweeping up the cliff with the fucking balcony and the pool and everything and right in. It's fucking the house from BoJack Horseman.
I wish we were watching BoJack.
I don't think I'm even it looked exactly this, like it was modeled after this house.
I think a lot of houses in...
I guess they're in the valley, so it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're definitely, look...
Why would you pick the shittiest place to live in the United States also? You could go anywhere on Earth.
Because show business. This dude has houses everywhere. He has houses. He's got one in England, because that's where he does those 2 girls in.
Oh, right.
He's got one everywhere. So this is
Right.
just his LA house for when
Globetrotting.
he's playing his shitty
When he's
fucking
abstaining in L.A. for a second.
when nobody wants him for shit in LA, you know? He's got to be where the show business doesn't fucking care about him.
Right, like Louis C.K. You gotta go to Europe sometimes when it gets heated.
Yeah, when people have seen enough of your
Dick
fucking
in a bathroom?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, he sits up and it's just fucking Marius. Marius is in his living room.
I wrote right here, banter.
Banter? Would you like to hear the banter? The banter's yeah. How the fuck did you get through the 50s with your red velvet jumpsuit? I slept through it. Oh yeah, you missed Elvis. Ah yeah, I did miss Elvis. I can't buy a CD these days and just fucking listen to Elvis. Yeah, I missed that fat ass who died on the toilet. Shit.
Eating a sandwich. Let's not forget that part. If you're eating on okay.
Don't say you deserve to die.
First of all, I mean a little. You can't give it 30 seconds. Secondly, if you're eating a chocolate bar on the toilet, I will kill you myself. That's too close.
That's right.
Too close to
That's
the
right.
same thing.
That's right. That's right. And if you get some on your fingers,
Which is which?
you're
How
done.
you better hope you weren't eating with your wipe hand.
Fucking better just shower and start your day over.
That's right.
Yeah.
This Marius and Lestat conversation is basically two drag queens meeting at a rooftop party after 20 years.
Yep. Pretty much. Blah, blah, blah. Where have you been? You left me. And then Marius says something to the tune of, hey, man, this is a little much.
So here's some him and Korn, and it doesn't actually matter what they say to each other
Nope.
during this entire
just-
scene because the queen wakes up, so he leaves.
They're just sitting on some scaffolding. Yeah, he's like, yeah, the fucking...
Oh yeah, the billboard. He's like, yeah, take a gander at all the ways I just did the exact opposite of what you told me to. You see how like basically this is Times Square and my face is the building? It's pretty cool.
Fuck you.
It's pretty cool going down there and having your dick sucked so good just at the drop of a hat, Marius, who can feel nothing because
know-
you're thousands of years old.
They're
Imagine the impotence. There's not enough extends in the world.
fuck. There's not enough blood in the body to...
No.
Anyway.
Vampires don't have any, no wonder.
If you need a visual for where they are right now, picture Grand Theft Auto 5. They are just a few blocks away from what's the dude's name? The main dude who has the sun, and it's his boat. They're like right by his house in that game.
Boat and his son.
And
the
main guy.
Yeah, Michael.
Yes.
Michael.
Yeah, they're like
And
blocks
then-
away from Michael's house in that fucking game.
They should have just cast Jonah Hill to be his son.
Did they not? I thought
No, that's the best part. It's not.
it might as well be.
Exactly. You should have just thrown the poor boy a bone. Grand Theft Auto came, like, what had he done? Super bad and that's it?
Something like that. I mean, he might have been in some things. Oh, he was in that movie with Justin Long where they do where he makes his own college because he's the guy who yells, "Ask me about my wiener."
Yeah, in the hot dog costume.
Yeah.
And yells it while running after people.
Yeah.
That's the best part of that movie. I haven't even seen the movie.
Sure. It's a great movie.
Ask me about my wiener.
So fucking statues are gone. And just so you know, the queen.
Well,
killed
one statue's gone. The other one's clearly bitten into.
Yeah, he's got his throat ripped out, fucking Chuck
Yeah.
Norris style.
Or
no, not
the
even-
villain from Dirty Dancing, right?
Um,
or the, not
Roadhouse. Yeah,
yeah.
and I'm not thinking of Chuck Norris. I'm thinking of
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Dead Guy Swayze.
Yeah.
Patrick deader than a fucking doornail Swayze.
He's not doing too much swaying.
Patrick the corpse Swayze.
Yeah. Patrick, tight-ass bulge jeans in hell Swayze.
Patrick.
Look at the contours of my cock and balls in every movie I'm in.
Patrick, there's one more bone in my body than yours, Swayze.
Nobody puts baby in a corner. As a matter of fact, I do. I'm her father, and she's 16.
Patrick, fucking dead, rotting, goddamn corpse in the ground. Dead as a fucking old dead, stupid mullet having dead guy. Fucking
Oh my god.
ghost. Fucking what's her
Yeah,
face?
ghost indeed.
Uh,
Whoopi Goldberg?
no, it's is it Courtney Cox or something like that?
I don't
It's
remember.
somebody.
Some bimbo.
Swayze.
Long name. Long. That's one of those Scandinavian names.
It's got a lot of those O's that have the two dots that look like a really surprised face.
Patrick Swayze.
That's exactly how it's pronounced. Just
Fuck. Most of the letters are silent.
Alex Skarsgård. Skarsgård.
That poor man's eyes.
Oh God. You know, God bless him because like he
With that face, and he's done very well.
who the fuck else is gonna be It the Clown with those eyes?
Yeah. He's also in, this is some shit that I can't even remember the name of it, but Eli Roth made a show about like this family of like basically monsters, lore monsters, mythical beasts, if you will.
I remember that.
And he's in it, and he's the only one that looks like a person.
I remember that show.
He's got this big sister with like one huge eye.
I don't remember that. I remember the show though.
Yeah, I think that it was underrated. It's like Dirk Gently.
Um,
There's Elijah Wood and some British guy, but like it's written by Max Landis, who's the guy that made like Chronicle.
I don't know. I never watched it, but I probably heard about it.
It's kind of up your
It sounds
alley,
familiar.
to be honest. Kind of right up your alley. Speaking of alleys, here's the Admiral Arms.
Oh, yeah, because I literally wrote more vampire bullshit. More
Yeah.
vampire bar bullshit.
Now,
Sorry.
again, it's been once again established that everybody hates, like, the way that they hit you over the head with the fact that vampires hate the fact that he's out in the open. But here we are at the fucking, the vampire bar again, just fine.
Hey,
It's just fine.
how about, you know, these guys are all fucking lucky that Maurice isn't here. Because let me tell you, you're supposed to be discreet as a vampire.
Yeah.
Look at these people.
Yep.
I see them out in public. Probably a vampire.
Oh, look, one.
Look at these fucking goths.
Yeah.
Look at all these goths.
How come there are 3 people in this crowd that are a foot taller in black hoods? They must be vampires, right?
Fuck.
The way that there's only 3 of them in the whole crowd because they didn't have enough budget for more than 3 vampires in that scene?
Yeah, they spent all their money on making a Ram-style sized concert out of 7 people.
Yeah. Fuck. Woodstock 99. That's what they're trying to replicate here. And also because new metal. Yeah, 100%. I wonder if this came up before or after. Right after
99
9/11.
was the
right
one.
after 9/11.
I think 99 is the one you're thinking of.
Yeah. No, I mean 9/11.
Oh, 9. Yeah, not. I mean,
You know?
it's It's good to know when things come out
Yeah.
in conjunction with 9/11.
That's right. A Day to Remember apparently gets a lot of flack in that way. Because their band name is A Day to Remember, so people will come up often and be like, what, 9/11?
No, my daughter's birthday. Fucking. So yeah, here comes the queen. You know, just
Probably-
the most discreet out of all of them. What with her tits out.
With her tits out and her zombie-like stare, probably the most anticlimactic entry into a scene of like a god that I've seen in any. She just waltzes in.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, you guys remember me?
Well, you guys don't like Lestat, huh? As evidenced by the way you said it to my face.
Oh yeah, she's like watching the music video on the TV, and she's like, yeah, this is all right. And he's like, oh, you like Lestat?
Yeah, we hate him. That's why we let him in yesterday.
That's why we let him sit here for hours. We just, we were so mad.
We actually had to stop serving him. So then she's like, oh yeah, you don't like Lestat, huh? Well, here's some bad CG fire for everyone.
You don't like Lestat? Well, see you later.
You ever seen Mirrors?
Probably.
There's a scene in Mirrors where Kiefer Sutherland is in
A vampire bursting into flames?
No, he's the security guard for an abandoned mall.
Okay.
And he looks in a big mirror and there's somebody screaming on fire in the mirror and it's a jump scare.
Ah.
The CGI is about equivalent. Maybe marginally worse.
Sounds like a bad movie.
It's kind of a decent movie. It's about demons.
All right. I mean, I'll give it I might have seen it, to be honest.
It's been on my list a couple times.
So, yeah, the plan...
Oh, hey! On that note, here's
yeah.
a question. Here's a
sure.
cue for you.
Yeah, lay it on me.
Everybody in this bar hates Lestat.
Yeah.
Why are they watching this music video on TV? Change the channel.
I don't know.
They play it. They just play his music. They must play his music videos all the time for her to show up and immediately see one. They just have him on loop.
Oh, yeah.
They just sit there stewing over beers like,
they're
oh,
a
this
huge
fucking
band,
guy.
Jay. They're the
I'm sick of
biggest.
this. You know, that
biggest
could have
band.
been me.
So yeah, there's just this fucking fight scene. It sucks.
Yeah.
She lights everybody on fire because she's a fucking god. And then she leaves the bar.
Yeah. Now she's dancing.
Oh,
Also,
yeah.
yeah.
She's like, Yeah. Oh man. See, she walks into the dance floor, does a little belly dance, and like beckons the
that
fucking
is
guy
what-
out
what
there
a-
and just
The guy who hates Lestat the most.
rips his heart out and takes a bite out of it.
If this was a Quentin Tarantino movie, you'd see her feet.
Yeah, you would.
100%. She'd
If
probably
this-
rip the heart out with her feet.
She probably would.
I did like the one. Okay, some practical effects once, which is a still beating heart in her hand, and then she eats it.
Yeah.
Which,
and
okay, one cool thing in the movie.
one.
It's
This
right.
is an hour and 40 minutes
Yeah,
for
dude,
3
it's
seconds of a
way
beating
too
heart.
long. Also, it's way too long.
Oh, it is.
It doesn't deserve to go over the stereotypical 90 minutes. I
At,
don't care.
at some point, this just becomes a list of things happening in the film and no opinions. I'm just like, all right, they're fighting.
That is
All
right.
right, there's
because there's
fire.
nothing to think or talk about. This
No.
is just what's happening in the movie for no reason. I wrote right here about the special effects, about the fire that everybody gets engulfed in. Pretty solid special effects for an X-Files episode.
Yeah, this might as well
They would be. They
Fuck.
would be if you saw that shit.
Yeah. Lestat's chilling in a space antenna. It's
Like Jim Carrey and the Cable Guy.
like Jim Carrey and the Cable Guy.
Cool. This is his quiet place to go to hear EMF in his ears.
It's literally the quiet place. There isn't a quieter place because that's why the satellites are there.
You know what's ironic about what you just said? A satellite is essentially something that takes waves and focuses them to a singular point in the center, as in the loudest place.
All right, sorry. Then this is the opposite of that.
He's essentially in a giant subwoofer. He hears everything right now.
He hears aliens jerking off in space.
Yeah. That's why ask what's her bitch face in Contact there.
Yeah, that's it's
Jodie Foster?
Jodie Foster.
Yeah, and Matt McConaughey. But when he was in Texas 3 with the hydraulic leg,
Yeah, when he
it's an
was
Aqua Teen quote. I'm just-
when he was in fucking I don't know, Dallas Buyers Club with the AIDS
with Jared Leto and AIDS?
together with AIDS.
Huh.
So cut to goths on the sidewalk and Jonathan Davis trying to scalp tickets.
Yeah, goths on the sidewalk. And I thought, so this confused the hell out of me because it's like, Jesse shows up in the car. How'd she know where to be to get into the limo? And also, why did anybody let her cut to the front of the limo line to get into the groupie limo and be transported? There's not, like, hair pulling. There's not fighting. Jonathan Davis is way too polite for a scalper in the way that he doesn't bug the fuck out of her forever.
Oh yeah, even when she scoffs at the ticket price, he's like, "Well, that's the price though."
I could do it for $150. $150? He's fucking, what is it, Ariana Grande? What is it, Taylor Swift?
It's Lestat, buddy. You,
Oh, yeah,
you
it's
fucking know what it
Lestat.
is. We watching the same movie. Why does Jonathan Davis get in line when the dude rolls up and he's like, "I need girls"?
That's weird.
Yeah. You want to buy some tickets?
I need girls. Hey!
I can only guess that these are people lined up outside the venue. No, it's not even because the venue's in the desert.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is this goth
It's literally, I think, a meeting spot for the groupie limo.
for fucking goths?
Because they just, the limo pulls up to the same spot, and that's like, all right, 2. The guy comes out, he just, 1, 2, right there. Which is, let me tell you, the way that Lestat chooses, if they're not being chosen for him, the women that he's going to bite and kill, is the same way that David Lee Roth from Poison would choose chicks to fuck in the crowd.
What was it, like
He would
guess
come out
the
with a-
number between 1 and 10?
He would
You're
come out
right.
with a video camera and film a bunch, and then they would go backstage. He would watch it and be like, that one.
I don't like that.
No, and he shouldn't.
I don't. That's
Bad.
that's too much.
Yep.
You should have just been like that one right there.
You've created, like, it's a job.
You've
There are steps.
there's somebody on payroll who has to destroy these tapes when these ladies go missing.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, it's gross.
You know what I do is when I know of a spot where a limousine picks up goths and then they're never seen again,
Yeah.
I don't go there.
No, I wouldn't.
No.
It's like
This band fucking sucks.
Mexican day laborers. Like, we don't go to the Home Depot that Dwight goes to.
Yeah, yeah. Because he drives you out of Canada and tells you. What is it? Oh yeah, certain.
Ryan poses, not Ryan,
It's
but the fucking
a certain ANS worker, Mose or ANS, whatever it is.
INS.
Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't matter. It's funny.
So,
questionable age limo conga line is what I described this as. But here's my question for you.
It's not. He does ask, "How old are you?"
You don't get an answer.
No, you don't. It cuts right to he's got 2.
Which means it was a bad answer.
Yeah, it is. Maybe cut the question out too, so nobody's wondering. Here's a question. I got a lot of fucking questions about this vampire.
Tons? Yeah.
You
Let's go.
You'd think vampires would be pretty cut and dry, simple. They suck blood and they fuck off.
Yeah.
I got a real popular band. I'm a vampire. The last thing I'm gonna do, Jay, is fucking kill the people who like my music. Cause
Kind of shooting yourself in the foot.
Eventually, I'm not gonna have #1 fans who are gonna want to come to my house. They're dead.
You have to settle for the #2 fans, and that's gross.
They also like Metallica, and I gotta listen to them talk about Lars Ulrich.
You're gonna make me open for Metallica?
Oh,
come on.
You fucking know Metallica opens for.
There's no point for Jessie to have dressed like a groupie because there's nobody to fool because Lestat's just gonna recognize her by smell alone anyway.
He might as oh God.
You don't gotta trick anyone.
He recognizes her by smell in the same way the dude from Silence of the Lambs does.
That's Jessie.
I can smell her cunt. is what he says in Silence of the Lambs.
That's right. Somehow not the worst part of that scene.
And he's like on the other. No, it is not. Thank God that there's glass in between the two of them.
Holy shit. So is Anne Rice's fucking pen name Stephanie Meyer or vice versa? Because we're just gonna do the fuck vampires super hard. We're just gonna fuck them.
We are gonna do
fuck
that.
the vampires.
But not before we introduce probably the most disgusting looking goth I've ever seen. It's like I'm your #1 fan. I came all the way from Tarzana.
Where's that?
Do you know where that is?
No.
Fucking over the hill.
It's over the hill.
It's literally not that far. She went down the highway and got off maybe two exits later.
That's beautiful. I thought Tarzana was I pictured in my head Tasmania.
No, Tarzana is a part of LA.
Or wherever Tarzan's from in Tarzan, which I'm not going to assume.
It would be like somebody was like, I just came all the way from Byron.
Would you take the bus?
I'm your #1 fan. I walked here for 30 seconds. I put I care so much that I took the bus here.
Cool. Okay, bye.
And
because immediately the stat's like, I recognize that.
Yeah.
So that one.
And he's like, I'll just take the one tonight, actually, because this one's kind of gross and annoying.
Yeah. And there's nothing good about. First of all, why are you dressed like? You're dressed like your favorite band is not Lestat, but instead is Insane Clown Posse. Your face, anyway, is dressed like that.
She looks like if Insane Clown Posse toured with Marilyn Manson, and she had to dress up like she likes both of them at the same time.
Her screen name on her screen name is Harley Quit.
Quit chugging that Faygo and hit me with it.
Quit doing what you're doing.
So yeah, the familiar has to take her home, and she's like, "Don't worry, this is a good thing."
So what did I miss out on?
Fuck. So immediately that should be like you're like, probably I'm gonna die. I would have died.
Yeah.
No, not instead. Can I still get backstage though, so he can fucking kill me then? Baby, he doesn't want to kill you.
Still have the option.
You look like a foot. He's not gonna fucking drink your ugly blood. You're fucking type O for ugly.
I can smell your chromosomes from here, and there's more than I need. More than there should be.
Oh, Christ. So,
this is intercourse.
Hey,
is what I wrote.
Yeah,
right here.
I wrote that
spreading
too.
The vampirus.
He fucking. So I couldn't figure out if they were.
Which is the only stationery they write on.
No, that's the only font they use.
Either one.
So I wrote, are they fucking or flying? I can't tell. This is the shittiest representation of flying I've ever seen.
Lestat shows her the world complete with Aladdin's "Do You Trust Me?"
Literally,
straight up, "Do you trust me?" And then, except no carpet.
You know what else had a scene? Another movie had a scene like that. Twilight.
That's right.
Hold on tight, spider monkey.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to call your girlfriend. What is she? Hairy and shit flinging?
Nah, she grips onto that rod and just
rips it right the fuck off like that woman's face.
like a spider monkey.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was a chimp, but it doesn't matter.
Fucking
Also, he almost drops her like a dickhead.
sure does.
Great, I got you. Don't worry.
So where does he take her? I don't even care.
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
It
the
doesn't matter.
observatory.
Yeah.
And he's
the observatory from Grand Theft Auto,
That's
where
the
Michael
one.
goes to be forced into a heist he doesn't want to be a part of
That's
to pay
the-
a CIA guy back.
Oh yeah, you know
And I'm pretty sure they're on the same fucking balcony.
the observatory from any movie in LA where they have to look down over LA on a non-polluted day.
That's right. I don't like this scene either because this is the one where she's like, "Give me that fucking that vampire shit.
Give me more than just the tip of your tooth.
I want it right now." And then so he violently pushes her,
Sure-
and that somehow
sure
turns
does.
her right the fuck on. She loves it.
You
That
almost-
doesn't
you almost-
change anything.
You can almost audibly hear her gush.
Holy fuck. She slices her own chest open, and I wrote, "Of course she's a cutter."
Oh yeah, she's like, I want to know everything. He's like, yeah, you want to know everything?
Yeah, come here. I'm gonna grab your arm like somebody being escorted out of a concert because they fired a gun.
I'm being escorted out of a concert like I was,
Groping the people in the pit.
or just like a boyfriend, an angry boyfriend's pulling his girlfriend out of the bar to have a talk with her.
Yeah, she got too drunk.
So he takes her to a park where I don't know what's happening. Like, there's Jay, please explain to me. Is it a vampire on a date with a lady, or did he fucking mind control him and his eyes glow because he's being mind controlled, and then he just disappears the same way the vampires take off? Because they all fucking run with the Twilight effect, Jay.
So
they all fucking run like they're in Twilight.
Here's my interpretation of events. After having been forcefully pushed and then having her arm grabbed at a pressure point that SWAT uses, they go to the park so that he could show her the dirty, dirty nitty-gritty of being a vampire. You'll notice that they're both smiling as they're walking. And then, a suck date happens on the park bench there, and Lestat goes, actually, mine. That's what he threatens the vampire away.
Okay.
They had an eye contact like power. The other vampire checked his power level on the scouter and was like, this is like 18,000. So he left.
That's okay. So I thought he was just like, you see that guy? I'm gonna go
Yeah.
fuck that girl, and just like mind controlled him to take off.
And then he sucks her, and then he comes back to Jesse and goes, "Yeah, you like that? I didn't think so." And then as it turns out, though, it changes nothing because she's still interested despite how horrified she is in this scene.
Yeah.
None of her emotions last more than a shot.
She's like,
Sick.
She's like, oh, is that girl okay? And he like looks at her, just fucking bites her. She was fine until now.
Until I got to her. Jesse either has fucking like that memento short-term memory loss issue,
where she's covered in tattoos. It's a vampire.
or she's a human reset button, because every scene that she's in that's new, it's like nothing before that had happened. The way she responds to things.
Yeah, you go ahead and you quote that probably classic film. It's like the movie 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler. For all you layman's out there,
Fuck.
Drew Barrymore forgets everything, and then the next day is just a brand new day for her.
Yeah, it's great.
And at this point, I'm like, doesn't this guy have a fucking concert to go to?
It's the night of the concert, guys. Hurry up.
It literally is the night of
Like
the
you're
concert.
late.
If not, we go right to the concert.
Too many band members on stage for what's being played? Hey, this isn't Slipknot.
Are you sure? You sure it's not Disturbed? Are you sure they didn't just have actors on stage and then just played down with the sickness over top of them?
They did do that. Also, ironically, Jesse was not at that moment down with the sickness
No.
of vampirism.
The whole crowd just kind of acts like Disturbed isn't playing. It's fucking crazy. They're just like, what's this, a band? I don't care.
Yeah.
I know the song, but I don't care.
And then, so they do their dumb little fucking, who gives a shit. And then Lestat comes out and, he's got an outfit on, and then he rips off his shirt, and it's got fishnet on underneath. And then even the guys in the audience cheer.
Oh, boy. The whole crowd is stoked to see those nipples.
There are some good guy vampires from Jesse's fucking orphanage.
Yep.
One of them
looks like fucking buff Squidward, I'll tell you that.
One of them is the taller of the two Australian poachers from Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Is that the dude who's
one that
wrapped in
says,
white?
Silverback. I recognize that motherfucker immediately.
Is it the dude wrapped in white?
It's the tallest one with the hood. So probably.
So that's Buff Squidward.
Buff Squidward,
it's fucking
so good.
It's the dudes from Prometheus. It's the architects from Prometheus is what he looks like.
Oh, the only thing I ever noticed about any of that is how big your fucking 5 head is.
It's huge.
Why are they saying find Jesse? Why are they trying to find Jesse? Who are these people and why?
Hey, how about, I had that question too. How about this, Jay? We are at a Burning Man.
That's right.
Burning Man level amount of people. This is 2 Rammstein concerts put together.
Find Jesse. Find a needle in a haystack.
Find Jesse. David's got no problem doing that. Hey, Jesse. Hey.
Give me a sec.
Yeah, what's up?
Fucking David.
And then fucking Marius pops in and is like, what's up, David? I got some more paintings to show you.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
gone.
it.
Gone. Why bother?
Why does Marius even know that David is collecting paintings of him?
He fucking knows everything.
When had they ever interacted with each other?
He jerks off in his window at night. He must. So, fucking Lestat comes down from the sky and the crowd rushes forward as if this was more important than Disturbed.
Yeah. And then here comes my nipples.
Yep.
And everybody freaks out about that. And the vampires in the crowd are super pissed that he just flashed titty because they're so mad they won't even dance.
Oh my god.
Thus singling them out even more for somebody who's looking for them.
If
like
you
Lestat.
were ever wondering which ones were they're the only ones that are dressed
taller than everyone.
They're a head and shoulders over everybody, and they're bone still.
Exact same
just
black
a
hood.
Boulder.
Exact same black hood.
Yep, not
and
moving.
Exact same 3 vampires for about 6 cuts.
Oh yeah, just interspersed amongst 12 people.
Super cool.
All crowded together to look like 1,000 billion people.
So they rushed the stage, and I wrote vampire fight, more cuts than a Jason Statham movie, West Side Story, because at one point they've surrounded Lestat and Marius, and they just have knives, and they might as well just say Cobras advance on them.
They might as well be snapping. Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking, there was one cool thing where a vampire jumps forward and Lestat like impales him on the microphone stand, which wouldn't do anything because it wasn't through his heart.
That's right.
He's a vampire.
And also his head is still intact. There's like the 2 ways to do that.
That's true. He does cut off one guy's head and then like kick him in the abdomen so his head flies off. Liked that.
On the topic of lore that's not relevant in this movie, clearly based on the fact that they were at a gypsy bonfire earlier, vampires have, in this universe, no problem with garlic either.
That pretend that was that a racism, Jay?
It was a light racism. I assume Eastern Europeans cook with a lot of garlic because they have very little.
Well, I mean, ask anybody in this movie; they all sound like they are.
So here
Eastern
comes
Europeans.
Here comes fucking Aaliyah to Willy Wonka Lestat into the sky because just hugs him and takes off like it was in the fucking thing that blasts through the roof.
You're not saying Willy Wonka him into the sky because they fuck later.
Well, no, I actually forgot about the part where it's almost as if he's like, "Yeah, come here, Charlie."
Hey, Charlie. Oh my, what's
I'm
the
gonna give
fucking
you a Charlie horse right now?
What's the thing from Family Guy where it's like, I'll give you the chocolate factory, but you got to do something for me. He's like, I don't want to. I'll do it. No, it has to be the boy.
Yeah. I don't want Grandpa.
Oh God. The queen bursts up from under the stage like a stripper coming out of a cake or MJ coming up through the floor at a concert.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And then they just fly away to what I assume is Catalina Island because they're in California. It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
There it is.
And
perfect.
They fucking slaughter everybody at some mixer. It's got to be the Catalina wine one. If there's wine and they're on Catalina Island, it's the Catalina wine mixer, first of all.
First of all, okay. Hits him with the L word way too quickly into this relationship.
Oh, yeah.
You just met and you're already telling me you love me? That's a red flag. A vampire or not.
I was a statue the other day, and I'm here to fuck.
Bro just wanted to be in a band, and this Cleopatra ripoff has to come promise him the world and then fuck it up. This Yoko Ono.
Oh, hey.
So let's get in the bath with roses.
Let's get in the bath and fuck.
To Deftones. Now, here's the thing, all right? Deftones is fuck music. It doesn't you put on any Deftones album that's not Adrenaline and you're going to either get wet and hard or both at the same time. Winking and dripping to Deftones.
And dripping as if you've got a secret and you're keeping it.
Yeah.
fucking I don't know what the fuck that was supposed to mean.
That's
I
fine.
guess like you're telling a secret or you're hinting at a secret.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, because Chino from Deftones loves to whisper sing. It's his favorite thing to do. He likes to whisper in your ear the lyrics to his songs, his romantic songs.
Let's
about
pretend
the fact
like
that
yes.
his girlfriend hated his music.
Let's pretend like yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah, let's go.
Um,
I watched an interview behind the scenes interview with them like after their second album had come out, and he's talking about Be Quiet and Drive is not entirely but somewhat about taking his girlfriend on long drives so that he can play their album for her. And she never liked it, and he always hated her for that.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah, this art that I've worked on for months, and you're just like, ugh.
My sweat and blood, you're not into it? You're not going to drink it?
You'd suck as a vampire.
Let's talk about why this bitch is still sleeping in the creepy doll room.
Let's talk about why the third act of this movie, the third act climax of this movie is softcore bubble bath fucking.
Okay, we'll talk about that too, yeah.
Because what the fuck is that?
The softcore bubble bath fucking.
Just had a vampire fight on stage in front of a crowd of people where many people were killed. Vampires. All right, let's go to the fucking in the bath in slow motion with flashbacks.
Hell yeah.
And hallucinations. Really keeping the pace lively, keeping it Blake lively.
I'm enjoying every scene of this film. I definitely didn't sigh and put my head in my hands as they fucked in the tub.
Just create and then ruin your own tone just right away.
Also ruin your pH balance.
Yeah, fucking in the rose water.
Ugh, that can't be good.
Some Gwyneth Paltrow shit.
And it's a hot tub too, so you know there's like chlorine and shit in there.
This Jessie bitch, when she wakes up in the doll room and she's still hung up on Lestat.
The creepy fucking doll room.
She got literally ghosted. She got as close to ghosted by a person as you can without actually being a ghost.
You mean lifted up into the sky, never to be seen again?
Bye.
Yep.
And they're vampires, so they're dead.
Oh yeah, they've been dead this whole time.
They're actually undead.
I don't know why you want to fuck a dead guy. This is a whole thing. Like you know he's dead.
We're not talking. The conversation about decomposition hasn't even been discussed here.
So narration, blah blah blah.
Yeah, there's no reason to give a shit about a journey from childhood to adulthood when she spent the entirety of this runtime trying to fuck vampires.
She's like, I feel like I'm home.
I feel like
in this creepy doll room.
Yeah, and then we get the fucking plaque wall with the dirty ivy veins again, and that's still not explained. And then it's tombs. It's basically those black monoliths that people carve the names of the dead soldiers from World War II in. And also it bleeds sometimes.
For no reason.
Yeah, for not a fucking reason, guys. Nothing.
I told you I didn't want the blood pipe going up through this wall.
Oh, damn it.
You know I was hammering plaques into this shit.
I'm worried about black mold.
Right here I wrote this movie sucks hog cock. And then I wrote, her aunt was a vampire. This movie is shit.
Yeah, I could have guessed it was a vampire by the way that she was at the very beginning of the movie.
You mean by the way her eyes were bleeding for no fucking reason?
And she knew who Jessie was and was with vampires at the concert.
Fuck. So Lestat wakes up, boom, sunlight's in his face.
It's not much of a fucking twist when it's obvious. Sorry, M. Night.
Sorry, fucking Anne Rice.
Judging by the fact that sunlight only hurts him when he gets it in his eyes, I guess he's become just a person. I know.
Okay,
but on its face, okay, if you haven't seen 30 seconds from now, when it's explained too late because it caused confusion to the audience, the sunlight hits him in his fucking face and body, and he goes, and then he covers his eyes and he's fine. And then he walks through a naturally lit hallway in a house, and then he goes out onto a patio, and only then does Aaliyah go, because you sucked me, it doesn't hurt as much.
Hey, that makes sense.
Should have said it earlier. Should have indicated it at all ever. Because otherwise I thought the movie just fell apart. I thought it was
how about lead with that? How about fucking lead with this? My blood makes you better.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know who could have told him that? Marius.
You know who did tell you that? Marius. He fucking told you that when you were chained down. You drank her blood, now you're stronger. That's why you're chained the fuck down.
You could have also said, by the way, you can go out during the day.
Yeah.
That would have been a nice little tidbit.
Yes, I just spent fucking centuries in the dark.
Because
I could have been out there the whole time.
Honestly, I've been vitamin D deficient for years and years. Okay, there's not enough Sunny D in the world.
I got this fucking sad.
Every vampire has sad.
Um,
Not really sure what Aaliyah's motivations are up until this point in the movie, because all she's done is drink blood and fucking dance. But it's a beach littered with corpses, and she's like, we're gonna do this to everybody. And Lestat's kind of like, I don't wanna.
yeah, I only want to do that to some people.
I don't think it's a good idea to do it to everyone. Right? And the worst argument for genocide is why not?
It's a lot of blood.
Hitler probably said, why not?
Well, he would have said it in
So
German.
are you sure you want the 15th chamber? Why not?
Oh, good. Well, I don't know fucking German. Gutenberg.
Fucking Gesundheit.
Fuck. And then I wrote, this film just keeps going.
Yeah. All this shit, mid-exposition about how humans and vampires are friends in this movie for some reason, even though the timeline barely makes sense. They just crash the hero party anyway. They go back to the fucking Cave of Wonders where Jessie is. And they're
she's in the Mojave Desert.
Like,
in
hey,
a
okay.
shitty house in the middle of nowhere.
Here's 15 reasons why vampires and humans have just tacitly decided to get along. Knock, knock. Just kidding. We don't even like each other. Because here I come, and two things are going to happen. One of two things. Either you guys are going to side with me, and we're going to kill every person that I see around. Or I'm just going to kill everyone, and you guys. And then all of these vampires are like, well, fuck that. And she goes, okay, well, here I come.
Yeah.
Those are pretty much consequences to actions. Also, I don't give a fuck at this point about, there's no emotion here, all right? Lestat comes in on her fucking arm because he's the new king, because she just chose that.
He's riding bitch to this whole
Fuck
deal.
yeah. Coattails. And we're in love. And Jesse's like, really? And he's like, yup. I just met her yesterday. That's how easy it is.
That's what she says.
Happened with you as well. And then Jesse's like, oh, I'm sad about that. Why? You got upstaged. Look at how tight her stomach is, Jesse.
Go fuck an alive person. How about that?
You could do that too.
Go fuck somebody with a warm
Fuck
dick.
David. He's been barking up that tree since you were 9.
Hey, he might not treat you like shit if you do. Seems like everybody in that room treated her as if they were her boss. Jesse, you know you can't do this.
Yeah. Not an adult woman. So I don't care. And then, like, he's supposed to be having a moral dilemma as per the last scene, but he's not, because he's smiling about his choices. So I don't care. I just don't care. The fucking... Ugh, fuck me.
Lestat is like, yeah, okay, all right. Because, like, so Aaliyah, or the Queen of the Damned, she's like, yeah, all right, fine. If you're not going to join me, Lestat, kill that girl you want to fuck. Mm-hmm. And he's like, all right.
Yeah, so easy. And I don't, again, you met her 3 times, and one of those times you scared her off after beating her up. So I don't know why she gives a fuck about it.
Well, he drains her. That's what she's like, I want it, so do it.
Yeah.
And he drains her.
It's what I want. And, like, okay, but to die is what you want? Because that's the implication.
Well, if I can't fuck Lestat, then I might as well.
I don't see why I'd rather live.
What's the point if I can't fuck this dead guy?
Just pick another one.
What am I doing? I want to fuck a dead guy.
Go to a cemetery. They're easier to get at.
So then the Queen's just like, you know what, Lestat? Have some from the keg. Have a little more. So he's like, yeah, I'll bite some of that.
Some from the keg.
And now, if you've been watching the film,
yeah,
you'd know that Lestat has he's got a control issue.
Yeah,
he's got a self-control issue where,
especially when it comes to Aaliyah's blood. Yeah, he's a huge fan of that shit.
He loves sucking. And now, earlier in the film, there was a little throwaway thing where. So the reason why Maurice had to jump on that guy's neck like it was a rat or a cat that had been hit by a car, and he was just fucking finishing the job, is because vampires. Well, look, it makes so much sense. You can't drink the last drop. Yeah. Because then you die. You turn into a fucking statue. You don't die, sir. You don't die. You just turn into a statue, and then later on, you're probably fine. It doesn't get explained.
Turn into a statue for some time. You just go to... Yeah, it gets explained as far as It
gets explained as far as don't do it because I said so.
To justify the shittiness of the ending of this movie is
fucking
why
garbage.
It gets even as explained as it does.
So, Lestat's sucking away on the Queen, and she's like, hey, now, hold on.
That's enough.
Now I feel my reserves depleting.
Yeah. This is I don't have another keg in the cellar like an Irish pub.
And the same thing happens with Maurice. He like has to kick him aside, like get the fuck off me, you know. And at this point, she's so weak that all the other vampires are like, hey.
Well, Lestat, during this part where it seems as though he's just having another relapse on fentanyl.
On Blentanol. Fentablood. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to sit here for a second and try to think of one now.
Bloodoween. Coca Blood. Blood Cane. I'm out of things.
Type O cane.
There you go.
As close as
I like it.
That's as good as it's gonna
That's,
get right
that's
now.
better than anything I said.
F is not a blood type. What's your blood type? F stands for fucks.
Stands for
I got
fuck.
sick
So
blood.
good. So good.
There's a part where Lestat, because again, this movie feels the need to over-explain to you like you're a fucking toddler, like you're fucking 6, that if Aaliyah gets fully drained, she's going to die. So Marius is whispering about that while Lestat looks up at the group of vampires and goes, "What the fuck are you waiting for? I've been sitting here."
Guys,
So,
I
like,
can't. I'm not gonna suck all this myself.
Obviously, because I don't want to die from it. I don't want to turn to marble.
Well, I mean, fucking everybody gets a bite in. Everybody attacks her. She turns some of them to fire. They eventually get enough teeth in her that slows her down, and then
she doesn't really do a whole lot to
fight them off or
remove
care.
the leeches from her flesh.
No.
She just would rather have her blood purified.
And so from what I understand, so they're draining her. She's either becoming less powerful so she can't turn them into fire, or they've become immune to her ability to just turn them to fire because they've drank her blood. It's up to you.
She's less powerful now.
Okay.
However,
I went the other way.
the larger issue with what is happening here is she's at her most vulnerable while she's drinking blood, not shortly after she did that. So, she gets to drink some blood. At that moment, all the vampires could have attacked her with that knowledge. Nah, they waited until she was finished. Rather, when she's having her blood drank, not when she's doing the drinking. So, when Lestat looks, it's like, I'm doing the thing right now. And then he gets knocked off, and then they attack, and that's why, like, 4 of them die.
Fuck.
It's not after she's been drank.
Y'all needed to get together to plan this out ahead of time.
Blood orgy. Anticlimax. The ant, who's nobody. It's no one.
Yeah,
the one who goes, I'll take the last drop.
Yeah, Lestat, stop.
Hey, who cares? So she does, and then she turns to a statue, and just in case a little bit of your retard brain was like, oh, that's sad, nobody would ever, unless you had half a brain, feel that way about a nobody character that you know nothing about, other than she had to give a child up because she had him while human still. That's it. That's her whole story. Thanks for the sentence. You fucking movie. Just in case, I think it's Marius goes, don't worry, she's asleep. She's not dead.
Yeah.
Oh, so you just ruined all the tension that you built during the climax of your movie where somebody might actually be killed.
The stakes are pretty low with this one.
Yep. Steaks, more like pork chop.
More like floor pork chops.
Floor chops.
So, and then fucking Lestat runs over, puts some blood into Jessie, and now she's a vampire, guys.
So, Jessie took the woman who... She allowed the woman who essentially raised her for 9 years of her life to sacrifice herself so that she could gain Lestat, the guy that dumped her like a hot rock the second Aaliyah showed up.
Yeah. Lestat, the mopey, pissed off vampire. The one that fucking, whenever he's sad, he goes to sleep for 200 years. I'm good.
Worth it.
Fuck off, Lestat.
Save the best CGI for last, because when Aaliyah gets drained dry, she turns into dust. But it's like dust in the second Mummy when the Rock shows up.
I haven't seen it.
So Dwayne Johnson is the Scorpion King.
Yep.
And before that movie came out, he was the Scorpion King in The Mummy 2.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And he was 100% CGI.
Oh.
Looked like fucking Gumby.
Oh,
and
God.
The army of mummies just turn into particle effects from fucking Adobe shit bitch.
Yep.
2016 Adobe InDesign, probably.
not even After Effects. InDesign. You're making pamphlets.
Dreamweaver.
You're making fucking pamphlets and websites.
She dissolves into Dreamweaver fucking stock ash for your landing page.
Oh Christ.
Horrible.
Yeah. And then
Marius shows up to tell us what we already know, which is the ramifications of what just happened, and then Jesse gets vampired, and then
they bring the journal back to David, and they fucking
this scene
go for it.
Literally at the end of Interview with a Vampire.
Oh.
It's the same. The only difference is it's in a car.
Okay.
The person who had spent their life's work has been trying to come into contact with and learn more about vampires, hence interviewing them, is driving away after, I think, having not met Lestat himself and being very, very disappointed. And then Lestat just shows up in the backseat and goes, "Hey, it's me. Bye." Which is just this. Fucking bitch ran out of ideas after book 1, huh?
Yeah.
Let's just do the same thing again, except this time it's in a library because books.
And it's Maurice showing up to show him more fucking paintings, we assume.
I literally wrote, I want the movie to end.
And then it did, hopefully.
Jesse says, oh man, Jesse's like, you could be one. And he's like, I don't think I want to be. And then she goes, well, if you change your mind, so this is goodbye? Which is it? Are you just a phone call away, or are you never gonna see him again?
It's a good fucking solid question. I would like to know.
Pick one. Those two lines happen back to back. Like there were two versions of the scene, and she just did both.
Uh-oh. Huh. We can't decide if we never want to see him again or if we're gonna see him again later.
Yep.
Well, fuck this movie and fuck the fucking minute and a half of slow motion walking toward Big Ben.
The slowest motion. Why, dude? This movie would be an hour long if they got rid of the slow motion.
It probably would have been. It might have been a little more enjoyable, but not much.
Fuck me. They try to make that fucking Lestat does a giant push up and spins in the air like that was supposed to be the coolest shit. Like that was Neo dodging bullets.
Oh my god, they thought they were really doing something with this film,
Holy
and what they did was a poo. A poo in the toilet.
Holy fuck. Queen of the Damned gets a 3 out of 10 from me.
I gave it a 4 because I was trying to be nice.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I amended it from 4. So
fuck.
I just changed my mind. We're going back to 4.
All right.
Even 4 is across the board for Queen of the Damned. Queen of the shitheaded Damned.
It's definitely worse than average. Like for a horror movie, there was none.
No, it was not scary.
No.
I went so far as to check to make sure.
I hope so. I didn't.
Because there are other movies that I've had on this list that I've had to do that for that are in a very similar vein where it's like, yeah, edgy rock star shit, and it's like, okay, is this action or is this a horror movie?
Or is this a thriller?
But you got to watch people burn alive and there's blood. All right.
It's about vampires, and a very long time ago, vampires were scary.
Yeah,
so I'll give you that.
4 people who've never read a book in their life.
When vampires were like the only thing, obviously now there's fucking there's butthole sucker monsters.
Because like the only thing you had to worry about back then was somebody coming into your window at night. Now we got like drone strikes. There are way more things to be scared of.
Oh yeah, times were simpler.
Fuck.
That's the movie. You know how many times
the movie.
You know how many times I threw my notebook
So
across
many
the
times,
fucking
dude.
room? I don't know if you could hear it.
Well, they definitely heard you have to get up to retrieve it.
Because I needed my notebook because the events in this movie forgettable.
That's right.
Who gives a fuck in what order? I didn't even give a shit.
I actually thought about this. So the notebook that I brought this time is smaller than the one I usually do, and it fits in a pocket. I'm not used to that because I have like the fucking Ouija board Necronomicon one.
Yeah.
That's thick as thieves. So I had a moment where I thought I'd forgotten it, and then I was driving, and then I was like, oh no, it's the small one. Man, good thing I brought it too, because there's no way I'd remember any of that.
Nope. So inconsequential.
Sick.
And just
In my head.
It should have just been the end of the movie right away.
Yeah.
Just pop it on. Fucking here's the end.
Cool. And then a music video.
Look, fucking Lestat just sits down.
At the end.
And then it's literally, we want Jonathan Davis. We don't want Lestat. Bring him in.
Honestly, should have just cast Jonathan Davis as Lestat.
Might as well have
get him on the
Chris
keto
Angel.
diet for like 2 months, and then just put him in there. Yeah, should have just put. He could act better.
Sure could.
Fuck me.
So
A cheeky smile is not acting, okay? Every Irish person in any movie.
being a vampire is not acting.
No, that's hard for different reasons.
I got 5 for you.
Holy fuck.
The,
All right.
The reason being is that there was no themes to this. The shitty film had nothing for me.
Vampires. There's one.
So I
And
got 5.
You got new metal.
No, I didn't do that.
That's right on the nose.
Couldn't fucking think of a film, you know?
You got Toxic Blood.
Nope.
You got Back in Time.
All right, stop coming up with better than what I got here. All right. So, got none of those.
Yeah.
We got Walking Dead.
All right. That's not bad.
We've got Bites or Being Bitten.
Okay.
Drinking Blood.
Bites ain't bad either because it's vague.
There you go.
Drinking Blood.
Okay.
Yeah, what could that be if it's not vampires? You got my wheels turning.
Ancient Evil in New Times.
That's Wishmaster, isn't it?
It's not.
Damn. All right.
And then we got
It's probably Leprechaun.
Many Vampires.
Is that 30 Days a Night? Or is it I Am Legend? Yeah, buddy. Just the fucking blink that you blanc.
Why don't you go ahead and pick one out of all of them? And I'll say right now. Last week you brought heat. You brought some heat and you brought a stinker.
That's right.
Now I do the reverse to you. I brought all. I ain't fucking seen one of these. I haven't seen a single one of these, and I haven't heard of 3 of them. I haven't heard of 3 of them.
Run them back.
Yep. Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Bites.
Yeah.
Drinking Blood.
Yeah.
Ancient Evil in New Times.
That one.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I was gonna eat. I was gonna bend over and take it stale fish, no spit.
This was honestly the best one you could have chose.
I don't believe you.
I cannot fucking wait.
I don't believe you for half a second.
I cannot wait to watch Dracula 3000. I cannot. I am so. You put Dracula on a fucking spaceship? Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Holy shit.
Dracula with Coolio, right? Jay. Coolio.
It's the same movie.
Oh my god.
It's Queen of the Damned in space. Nice tits, bitch.
But it's got Coolio.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
All right.
Well,
you had for Walking Dead it was Vampires Los Muertos or Muertos. Los Muertos.
So Spanish for the dead, which means it's a fucking Spanish movie.
Well, it's by John Carpenter.
Okay. I wasn't expecting that.
Being Bitten is The Shed.
No idea what that is.
Movie about a kid who he wakes up to find like a hunter who had been bitten by a vampire is in his shed hiding from the sun.
Okay.
Drinking Blood was Rabid.
That one I'm aware of. I'm not sure if I've seen it.
And then Many Vampires was 30 Days a Night.
Hey, nailed it.
Yeah.
I should have just picked it because I knew what it was, because that movie's great.
I haven't seen it.
I have never seen Dracula 3000.
Neither have I.
As a matter of fact,
I've heard of it.
I've not seen... Fuck. I've obviously seen 30 Days of Night, and maybe Rabid at one point, but I doubt. If I've seen Rabid, I've seen it on DVD.
It's like I think it's about a girl who...
I just remember the cover poster being her like in a doorway and it's yellow and she's bleeding.
Maybe. The poster I saw was like yellow, but it was her head wrapped up.
Okay.
Because she gets like life-saving surgery that like turns her into a vampire or a monster or something like that.
I like that no matter what I chose, I was getting vampires.
What other fucking theme, Jay?
It's real funny.
Fucking Jonathan Davis? What other movies he in? Corn?
You could have done...
I should have fucking done Children of the Corn.
You could have done
damn it.
Children of the Corn. You could have done celebrity musicians in movies, which would have opened doors. Because first of all, Dracula 3000 could have still been on there.
That's right.
But then you get like D. Snyder's Strangeland about like a suspension artist who's also a fucking serial killer. It's a horrible film. LL Cool J, so you could have done Deep Blue Sea. Fucking LL Cool J, so you could have done that other movie that LL Cool J's fucking in.
Is he an Anaconda?
You could have done Ghosts of Mars because Ice Cube.
Who the fuck's an Anaconda?
Um,
Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, that's not. Jennifer Lopez would count for Anaconda for sure. I was gonna say John Voight doesn't do anything. Oh yeah, Primeval. No, there's a bunch for that.
Well, you know what? I didn't do that. Now we're watching Dracula 3000.
I think Marilyn Manson's in like 3 movies also.
I'm not surprised. He's a scary guy.
I'm ready for Dracula 3000 though. Let's go.
I'm not.